To speed, for a little bit of inspiration.
Uh, uh, okay, I want to try it. However, I have no faith that I can remember this well. We're really gonna work on this. Um, so I'm looking this over. We did an investigation of the. Well, I didn't write down the name of the camp of the Knoll camp, and firm collected some bones. We did some scouting, looking through the boxes, found an underground cellar. Altogether, I do believe we got 3 ciphers. I don't remember what each one does. Um, 3 ciphers, the bones. Then we had Smolder escort us back to the little elven camp, I believe, is what it was. It's not like not like a little city, but it's more like their little
Yeah,
midway point.
not a city. Yeah, yeah. It's just like it's the remains of their little commune. And the Knoll camp doesn't have a name as well. It's just an abandoned campsite that someone at some point long ago had set up.
Okay. And when we got back there, we sort of rested for the night. Firm did some cooking. He made bone stew for the morning. Loved that for him. The group ate that. That was wonderful. Um, Ember sent a message out to check in with her family, I do believe. This is all on the same night. That might be why I was missing something. When she did, I think it was her dad. No, her mom said that it was not everything was going like it was supposed to. And that I believe the bakery had been shut down. And one more thing that sent Ember into a sort of worry state, and we rushed it through the night. I think about 2 nights straight, actually. Yeah, it was 2 exhaustions. 2 nights straight
It was
to
just
make
one
it.
really bad night.
Yeah,
Oh,
it wasn't even a full night. It was a
It was
couple
about
hours.
yeah, it was a shit show
that's
of like a 4-hour period that
that's how exhaustion works. I
didn't.
was looking at that backwards. Oh, it was every hour after the 8 hours. Okay. Yeah, and then we made it to the to Maras's border, I would assume is what it is now. Not like their actual it's the city gate lines, right? It's not a border and then like another little passage to the city. It's all like in one spot. Like
Right.
total.
These are city states. So you if you're at the walls of the city, you're at the walls of the city.
Okay, okay. I wanted to make sure it wasn't like a further out checkpoint that we went more. But we got there. Ember flashed clan her background, clafter, and respect of the stout folk. After they were midway, almost to the part where we probably would all get arrested, thrown in jail, looked at for war crimes. Um, one of the praetors showed up, saw Ember's hammer and anvil, I do believe is what it is. Told the guards to let us through, and then we beelined it straight for her mom's house. And I think that's sort of about where we're ended up now. Or did she had a quick talk with her dad? More like pestering her dad. Um, yeah, he said not to follow him. She gave a huge rundown to the mom. The mom does not know that anybody has died. Key fact. Death has not ever happened.
Yep.
uh, Dad says not to follow him. Don't come looking. Ember says try her. She will if she finds out that he's out there fighting the Bastion army. He said he is not, which leaves that to big confusion for me. And I do believe that's everything. I think we sort of ended there after her conversation with her mom.
Try.
What? These are my quick rundown notes, okay? This is
Oh,
probably
it's
why.
perfect. It's perfect.
I feel like that Ember basically uses sending as a phone call. You can't send a voicemail. Like, just you're gonna have to listen to my voicemail. You
like
can choose to
know
respond, but
she knows you got it. Her dad's like, I thought I could ignore it. Her dad also did have a dad moment. He realized that like he raised
Yep.
her right, so he was like, I can't be mad at this how she is, but damn it, this is how she is. I can't get through it. Yep, he raised a good one. She doesn't back down.
Wonderful. You did you did great, Dawson. You did great.
Nice.
Go ahead and take some inspiration if you
Probably
don't
gonna use
mind.
that later on my death rolls, but
Could
continue on.
be. Could be. I mean, I don't know why you'd be dying.
Why else have I died 4 times in this campaign?
Yeah, I think that's the wrong person to be asking that question.
Fireball will be harder to execute inside of city limits. It's got to be said.
Fireball's not even what killed me before. It's my own personal mistake.
Yeah, but I'm saying like your number. It's even worse because your number one gun is gone. You've lost your grease fireball.
Oh, I have backups.
Yeah, gotta have backups. Gotta
Grease
have
fire
backups.
lightning, straight lines.
Bren is an ice wizard.
Okay, you have finished the conversation with Dad, what's your mom's name?
Chris.
Yes, Riswin Fireforge. You finished the conversation with Riswin. She has elected to retire for the evening. You can just tell the stress of current events as well as the tale of everything you've experienced is very exciting, but for a parent is also very stressful as well. Deaths excluded. Um, she has gone into an adjacent room and is kind of just fallen into sleep. It is currently just before 9:30 in the evening on the 13th of Kythorn. You all have room to stay here at the Fireforge's residence, or you can find accommodations relatively nearby in the city as well. But the evening is yours to do whatever you wish to do with.
Believe we decided to cram into the 2-bedroom apartment above the bakery.
More or less.
We've gotten comfortable in 2-bedroom households.
I guess then I should ask, is there anything anybody wishes to accomplish this evening?
I am right out of spell slots with which to use sending, so
Use sending, yeah.
Didn't you use it like 4 times last session?
something like that. Yep.
Yeah, just a little like that.
I think after like a half hour is all we'll say like, are we going to be staying in tonight or
Presumably.
I could go stop finding out what the fuck happened to you.
What do you mean?
Hitting the boss. Or taverns.
If you want, I think a few of us are planning on doing that tomorrow and trying not to split much apart from one another, just in case things get a little messy.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, my headset went really quiet for a second.
So as to not go alone then, does anybody else have any business that need done in the city tonight?
I don't, but if you're looking for company,
And
I-
never one to turn down a drink.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to go check on Weimar, but I'm guessing that he's closed up the forge for tonight, so like that can wait also.
Not this late.
Well, I don't intend to go alone, so if the wisdom of the group is to stay in and start tomorrow, that's fine with me.
Might not be a bad idea, seeing as a few of us took our late night worse than others.
All right, well, I guess my mom's crashed on the chair there. That's the master room. That's my room over there. We will squeeze.
Is this house like scaled to dwarves?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
perfect.
I can only
Henry.
imagine I have been at a 90-degree angle since we got in here. Like fully like sideways.
I guess if you really want, like, the bakery is full sized. There's
None of us sleep standing up.
what?
None of us sleep standing up. Plenty of room. We can make room.
I find it hard to stand up right now.
Are we allowed to sleep in your bakery, or is that
Yeah, that's why I said it. If it'd be easier. I mean, it's not. There's no. It's not gonna be comfortable. There's no beds or anything. It's a bakery. Also, I will be down there early in the morning, so
question? Should we be worried about being followed here?
By who?
By the people we're looking for.
I mean, we already know that one of them is here, so I don't think we really have to stress too much.
No, it is mostly to keep an eye out on, for instance, places that we are sleeping.
I mean, most of them have known where we were sleeping all our whole time in Bastion, so this would be a concern, I suppose, primarily for Miss Riswin.
Right. Well, I'll volunteer to head downstairs.
Plenty of room here on the couch. Just don't stand up too fast. There is a master bed, and there's a twin.
Speaking of that, I do believe I have the wrong attire on for this. He flips to the old man mask and the old archmage mask and stoops over a little bit lower. I'm going to bed. Is there? I could. Is there a chair?
My mom's in the chair, but there's the sofa or there's the bed. One of the two beds.
I'll sleep in the sofa.
I'm fine with the flow.
Do you have
All
a
right.
sleeping
Cal,
roll?
Firm,
or-
Rainier, there's a master bed. Dibs
This
on
whole
my old
time,
bed.
Cal's been in whatever the largest bed he can find is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Cal, Firm, Rainier, you two can figure out who's sleeping with Cal.
Firm is
In the bed
going
with Cal.
as Ember's saying that. Firm just starts sliding into the bed with Cal with all the armor on.
I think I could
You're
fold-
immediately embraced.
I think I could fold myself into one side of this couch if the other side is required.
It's fine. And I'll just unpack a fucking bedroll.
Ragnar, do you want me to get your bedroll out, or do you just want to lay on the floor?
He's kind of circling right now, like a dog would right before
Yeah.
he lay down. And he just says, a pillow would be nice. And then he just lays in a circle.
I just fold my sleeping roll up into a pillow shape and like move to like tuck it in, realizing that you don't have like your your head out in any particular direction. So you just kind of wedge it on your side.
He'll take it and move it underneath his head.
I love this full body picture that we've painted for everybody.
Yeah.
Masters of RP, baby.
Yeah.
Masters of the Sleep RP. Okay. Cool. You all settle in for an evening's rest. Cal, can you make a wisdom save for me?
Sure.
Sucks, dude. Good luck.
Oh. Could have been worse.
It's a good threshold of could be anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
oh no, Sean loves his DC 15.
It's nice and clean.
It's nice. Well, for you guys, for your all your big stats, yeah, of course. Cool. That's it. That's all you gotta do.
Right.
Evening is had. Long rest is complete. The morning comes. Ember, you are down in the bakery, and
Yep.
your mom joins you shortly thereafter to help in whatever it is that you are doing. You find you and her have a if it comes to like making food or whatever, you have a similar mindset of like I need to do something, you know.
Yeah, Ember's plan is to get up early and go start opening the bakery. Getting dough going, getting the ovens on.
When your mother realizes that you're not just making food for yourself and your companions, right? You're not just making a small amount of things. You're beginning to do like weird, open prep. She puts a hand on your shoulder and she says, "What are you doing there, Spark?"
I'm gonna open.
You plan on running the bakery yourself all day?
No, I figured at some point I'll go get the apprentices. I know Weimar's daughter, whatever her name was, not like we got along, but they've got to be good enough to be able to bag and sell.
And who's gonna run it?
Them? Look, I didn't think this through. I'm just baking. Sorry. It doesn't seem right for it to be closed, so I'm gonna get it open and then go get them. And they can keep it going.
You see, she leans up against the counter next to you as you're working. She says, "You know, it's okay if it's closed for a little while until your father returns."
Yes, or it could be running when he returns. Eh?
Well, we don't exactly know when that is going to be. And as much as I like Wymore's daughter, she's not exactly the management type. And I can't stay here and run this. I have the mine to attend to, my workers to look after, and unless you're going to stay here all day,
Fine. Fine, it can stay closed. I don't even recognize this place anymore. Not the bakery. I mean, virtually nothing has changed here, but home, it's. I mean, I know it's been a while, but guards at the gates, taking people away for questioning. What is even. How did this all get started?
to be honest, I don't even know anymore. It's been a strange few months. I suppose it. I suppose everything started to change when news of Karakara came. There definitely were more guards around then. Everyone was scared and worried, but felt at ease. The Senku began to just make proclamations, just tightening down on dangers. I mean, they all seemed normal at first. I mean, what were we to do? I mean, at any moment, a giant crystal could burst through the ground. So we put our trust in. Now there's threats against the city. There's an army from Bastion moving in. I don't know what the Senku is doing or thinking these days. I mean, not that he took my advice on anything. I just run the mine, but this is home. It's not like I can go anywhere else.
I would say that I've been places, but like, I don't. I don't see you leaving because you have the mine. That's very important work. That's practically the lifeblood of this town. So
Well, as long as
hey,
it keeps giving. It's been temperamental recently. But we'll just dig new veins, find new ways.
hey, apropos of absolutely nothing and for no particular reason, have you all found diamonds lately?
She gives you a look of like Really? And she goes, yes, we found diamonds.
Okay. I need to make a purchase of some at some point.
Ah.
No particular reason. Certainly not a spell component. Hey, the Sinku, how how do I he hadn't I don't I mean, granted I wouldn't have paid attention, but I don't really remember the Sinku making a ton of proclamations while I was here and learning and everything. Um, is there anybody else in town who thinks that this is strange? Who, you know, um, is there anybody that's trying to keep him and these things in check?
Oh, well, there's a lot of people who think that what's happening right now is strange, but I mean, he's the Sinku. They've run this city for hundreds of years now. They've kept us safe and prosperous. While we don't understand and agree with their decisions, it's hard to argue with the track record. The real problem is just not being able to get any word into him. I tried, when you told me.
Yeah. Um, I mean, we're just trying to figure out a way to get a conversation with him. I
Well,
suppose it probably wouldn't be good to say that we come on behalf of Bastion or something. That seems like that'd be a good way to get put in jail. Probably won't say that one.
Richmond just kind of shrugs. To be honest, I wouldn't know where to begin as far as that goes. But if you like, today, either you and I or your friends, we can all go to city council and uh, see what we can do.
City council. Okay. You don't. I mean, I appreciate it, but you don't. We can take care of this. You don't have to risk getting in trouble and all that.
I don't know that I'd be in trouble necessarily, unless you all plan on starting trouble. You're not planning on starting trouble, are you?
No. I swear.
Besides, your mom knows how to be a squeaky wheel.
All right. Well, gonna finish up some scones. We'll get the others up, and then see what our plan is.
She helps finish whatever it is that you're baking up, um, and helps kind of cool down all the larger ovens and fires.
Rise and shine, dork asses. Get up. Come on.
Good morning.
Not you. You're already up. There's food downstairs.
I'll go downstairs.
Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, what a wonderful sleep. Oh, Firm, good morning. Um,
Yeah, he is.
all right,
Instead of
episode title.
That's
Firm doesn't like open his eyes, he just puts a hand up to Cal's face and starts caressing it.
not in my parents' bed. Get out. Get out.
Firm's like, it's not like that. I was just sleeping good.
Oh, well, way to break a boy's heart. And I get out of bed.
Based off of the position I was sleeping in on that couch, I'm genuinely afraid for what happens if I try to straighten up.
Only
It's
one way to
just like
find out.
Wait, please. Downstairs. Outside.
We just pick up Zol folded in half.
Yeah. He's like folded into a fucking ball.
Hold on. Oh my god.
Firm would like to make the dishes. He would, he's just gonna wake up and start asking if he can borrow the kitchen for everybody.
Rizwin Fireforge gives you a big yes, so that she does not have to do any cooking.
Nice.
Already got some breakfast made. Go downstairs. So that you all can stand up straight.
Yeah, Zal slaps on the jester mask and makes it go invisible and like straightens his back out with a bunch of pops. Oh my god.
I would
Correct.
like to state for the record, I suggested everyone get an inn.
You did, it's true. This one's on me.
Floor was
Just
incredibly
you.
comfortable.
The couch was comfortable, ostensibly, when used correctly. He's like cracking his shoulder.
Ragnarok wakes up and stretches out like a cat.
To be
Yes.
fair, given the physique of dwarves, I imagine the couch is probably like a a good size long couch to be able to fit multiple dwarves side by side. So you might actually
They're
have been
short,
able
but
to-
they have normal sized asses.
I feel
How
like it's
dare
just a
you?
very I feel
Normal
it's very
size? How dare
it's a very wide and deep couch, I think. I think you just sink into it if you don't got dwarf mass.
Fat Bottom Girls is number 4 on that playlist for a reason, thank you.
I didn't know what else to say. I apologize.
So, what is everybody's plan today?
Well, I'm still gonna go see Weimar. I can take anybody anywhere around town that they need to go.
I've got a friend I plan on catching up with, but that shouldn't take too long. Got some paperwork I need to report with.
Who would like to go carousing with me?
I would.
I think we all should.
Before or after we handle more responsible aspects of
Oh, I'm going to be doing some professional carousing, then recreational carousing thereafter.
Okay, well, you're not gonna get much professional carousing done early on because this is an industry town, so folks are gonna be working, mining, forging, crafting.
Counterpoint, the people I will be able to talk to will be the drunks and the disgruntled. Useful sources of information.
It's up to you.
do we have any means of speaking to folks in more full authority in Moras?
I talked to my mom about this earlier. The Sinku, City Hall is the answer. We can and should go over to City Hall, and I don't know how direct we want to be, but we were given some authority, right? Well, let me put it this way. You all were given some authority from the folks in Bastion, right?
Sorta. I think we could approach it as kindly and generous parties and speak to our experience in Bastion, and provided that gets us little, uh, we do know enough about what is happening in Bastion to perhaps bargain um, mm, kinder ears, bargain for kinder ears.
Or be arrested directly on suspicion.
Well, I mean, we don't have to necessarily say that we are in authority. We can say that we are in understanding of what the authorities of Bastion plan and intend. Offer information for information in a manner of speaking, not in a direct manipulation of the information, I should say.
And I will add just a further game note because it was several sessions ago. Um, Technically, you all refused authority from Bastion by refusing to directly work for them. While you were being hired by them, essentially to like, hey, can you find out what's happening, please? You were not provided with you were
That's
not
what I
official representatives
Yeah,
because you chose not to be.
Yeah.
So you don't have letters of recommendation or any such things.
To be
yeah,
fair, I feel like we could pull it off better than they could.
Right,
the only thing we
that was
have.
your conclusion. Yeah, that it would be better to be independent.
Yeah, that's the only thing we have to offer, is that we are not here on behalf of Bastion, but on, like, to be helpful to everybody.
Perhaps a foot in the door would be to relay some of what you've informed me about Karakara last night. If the ruler does not know why Karakara happened,
It is true, we are the primary witnesses to
Yep.
the entirety of it.
especially if you make it clear that the rulers of Bastion very likely already know.
All right, we have at least a method for speaking with the council. What order of business should we attend to first? Our personal or our group intention?
Well, what else? What else do do folks need to do? Firm, Cal, anything you two need to do?
Well,
Looking to do?
I can see if I can find any like items or anything here. Just something random in the stores.
Oh,
I feel like
oh
there
boy.
wouldn't be, but
Oh no, you have absolutely no idea. Last time we were here and we went over to the Burlap Emporium. There were baby mimics. There were potions of all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah, go look for Arias Troll Bleeder.
Was
would
the
that
mimicking a baby?
No. They were small mimics, and they were mimicking
Like an infant
mugs
mimic.
and
I see. Okay.
yeah.
but would I feel like with this lockdown they would have confiscated a lot of stuff.
Probably not people's
Maybe. I
inventory.
mean,
I mean, a
all
lot
I'm
of
saying is,
places.
if that's what you're looking for, that's the place to go.
Okay. It's just a lot of things can happen when it looks like martial law goes into effect in these places.
Hmm.
Actually, I've got a sizable amount of coin.
I have virtually none. So
Oh,
Sean, is there a Slayer stake here, or is that only a Bastion?
No, they're in every city, every major city. So there's two of them now.
Yes.
um,
ooh. Oh, they
So
were in that
legit.
they were in that neighborhood. That sucks.
yikes!
yeah, as far as like major locations where you could turn in contract, right? Because like
Yeah.
postings can be made anywhere throughout the smaller villages, but you'd have to go to the major city states to like get your money essentially. So yes, there is.
Nice.
It is the Slayers stronghold. They are like a very neutral party when it comes to like any conflict between the city states, because every city state needs monster hunters. So they don't. They're part of the Council of Bastion, but they're have a unique position where they operate kind of independently.
I wouldn't worry too much about that, Zal. All we have to do is turn in contracts for all the good deeds we did, and you should have plenty of coin in your pocket. We may also be able to find our jobs while we're here.
Uh, maybe we put the shopping for extra work on like the far back burner.
Yeah, although I think Ragnarok's right. I think turning in what we've done on the way here, that should probably
Make up what we lost.
be one of the first things that we.
I mean, surely it's not a priority, but it is on the list.
All right, how do we want to? Do we want to split up, or do we want to attend all of these things? Ember, your friend, uh, your
Weimar.
yeah.
Mhm.
Do you need to check on him?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty respected in town, so I'd kind of like to get his take on what the fuck is going on.
All right. All right. Do we
Well-
want to split apart, or should we all walk together?
I'm kind of the only one that really knows the way around, so
I mean, it can't be that hard.
You're welcome to lead the way, child of the mountain.
all right, all right, all right. First off,
It is a very good title.
don't.
For a song,
Right.
Would you prefer Spock?
Or a
Zolf.
song as well. Yes.
She will heft up her hammer, hammer prime,
Right.
unless you
but
don't want your kneecaps.
Amber Prime.
It is not a substitution for your name. It is simply a moniker.
Honorific, if you will.
Yeah,
Turn bells.
never heard it till I got back, so probably not that honorific.
Oh, dear. Terribly sorry.
Honorific. I don't know. Let's go. Grab the rest of the food.
Unless it's something that's been coming around since you've been gone and might actually get us some attention from people in council or above.
Oh, no. Trust me, I'm gonna leverage it for all it's worth.
Right on.
Excellent. I'm gonna lean
Cal,
over to Cal.
Yeah, go
Go
for it.
ahead. I'm gonna lean over to Cal and say, the song though, heavy on percussion, right? That's my feeling.
Oh, you're the musician. I trust your instincts. As Cal has an armful of scones and croissants and a tub of butter in his armpit that he's sort of balancing in there.
Yeah, you see Kieran Jr. is like upside down on your arm by the scones, like just snatching little bites out of one, and
Yeah,
then
hell yeah.
crumbs dribbling down onto the ground and grabs another chunk. Excellent. Where is the first stop on your journey? And Rainier, if you can make a wisdom save for me.
Slayer Guild.
Hmm.
I like how
I've-
we'll say anything but Slayer strongholds.
Damn it! In my mind, I had really thought he had said guild this whole time.
It's we all know what we're talking
The
about.
Slayer
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, the Slayer. Yeah.
To the
If
Slayers.
if this happens to be a spell effect, I think I have advantage.
It is a spell effect. Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
I was like, damn it! Somebody got me.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's it.
Mhm.
Nothing
It's
else.
good to be kept tabs on.
So where is the first step on the journey? What are you guys doing?
Slayer Guild.
I agree with Ragnarok that we should hit the Slayer stronghold first so that we have that cash in case we need it.
Hell yeah.
Grease some palms if necessary.
You're making your way through the city. It's not raining today, but the streets are still slick with rain and mud. You're making your way through. You still see, early on, heavy guard presence, marching patrols throughout town. Um, People are going about their day as normal. Though you like the vibe at nighttime kind of sucked. At day, you can still feel the presence of being watched and observed by these guards. But it's like business as usual for the people living here. Nobody really seems bothered by it, right? This is just the way they live now.
Yeah, they've had months to acclimate.
Right. So, they're going about their way and whatnot. Cool. You head to the Slayer stronghold. There's not a lot of traffic here at this one. Previously, when you're here, it's pretty busy. The one in Bastion's very busy. You step inside, and it's like maybe it's just early in the morning, but not a lot of others here. The attendants behind the counter, ask you, um, you know, uh, welcome. What can I help you with?
Hi. We are here to turn in some contracts.
Wonderful, excellent, good work out there. Let's see what you have.
I will produce the 3 that we completed on our way here.
Okay, cool. You have the contract for um these are the quest titles.
Yeah.
A draining day for the the blood the death kiss.
I love the
Um,
idea that the farmers came up with these names.
that would be good. Yeah, that would be very good. They provide you with they do the normal thing of asking you put your hand on the thing. They ask you all the questions because you did these tasks. The magic goes correctly for everybody. They give you 500 gold for completing that task, helping the farmers of Bramblethorn Farm. The next is the Long Shadow, helping the town of Strathmore with their um, sheriff problem, their constable problem.
Ooh.
They provide you 750 gold for that. The last is the ferocious, fiery Flind. Thankfully, you did not meet the Flind. Taking out helping the small commune of wood elves by eradicating the gnolls. You receive 1,000 gold for that. after those 3 contracts are finished, and they hand you small satchels for each of those, they turn to you and say, "Was there more?"
Oh, no, we were kind of in a rush to get here, so we couldn't complete any more.
Oh, well, this is quite a lot. You all must have had a very busy journey.
Sorry, I'm typing in response. I forgot what you said.
They're basically like, you guys did a lot. Um,
We are
uh,
very capable, and if you have some odd jobs around town, then I think that's something we'd be interested in.
um, sure, you're welcome to check the postings if you like. What was your group's name again?
Oh, we're the 5th season.
Fifth
Perhaps
element.
you've heard of us? What?
What?
New name in every town.
The 5th elemental season.
No,
Okay,
it's
okay.
season, 5th season.
Just the 5th season.
50 seasons?
5th,
Fifth season.
5.
That's what I said.
5th season. 5th season.
Kind of rolls
Mhm.
off the tongue.
Well, not really, but okay. um,
I'm sorry, and what's your team name?
I just handle the contracts here.
Ah, I'm sure there's no name organization there either.
Um, she thanks you for your service to, everyone in Adari. There is a posting for jobs. I just don't have any picked.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. You would see the 2 standing of
It's not gonna happen.
hunting the Hydra and hunting the Juraskar. But next session I'll have extra jobs should you, for some reason, choose to start doing side quests here
We
as
got some
well.
extra time. No big
Yeah,
deal.
you might have extra time. Who
Yeah.
knows? 2 birds, 1 stone. Cool. So yeah, you guys get a bounty of gold.
And
Also, I'll hold
remember,
on.
if there is trouble afoot and help is needed, be sure to call on Fist's Reason.
Oh
You
no.
got it.
Yup.
All right. Rainier, you want to get your thing done? Weimar's on the other side of town. He's on the outside, so.
Yeah, that'll do. I'll point towards the church spires again and say, I
Yeah.
remember not many of you taking too much interest in it last time, so feel free to find a lovely park in the meantime if you feel like it.
Does anyone want to walk Ragnarok?
Walk you?
Uh,
I hate this place.
Maybe a game of chess. I don't know.
Cool. You head to the Church of Lathander.
Just FYI, where's the closest place that serves alcohol?
yeah,
right next door, baby.
Yeah, that's where
Of
I'm
course.
going.
yeah, that'll be it.
Yeah. There's like, even in this town, like there's like pubs all over the place, but there's also just street vendors, right? That'll sell you just pints of beer here, right? This is a dwarven town. And every hour is beer o'clock,
It's
right?
very German of them.
Yeah. Head to the Church of Lathander. It's the morning hours. It is quite busy during the morning. A lot of people are there in worship. Um, uh, I assume you were asking for like an attendant and showing your, badge and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've got Hariak Woldhand as the name of the priest from last time. Unless he's died in this time, because that could have happened.
He was old. Man, I knew, like, I was flipping back through my notes. I'm like, I made a guy, but be damned if I notice who he is.
I have
Um,
tried so hard to write down every NPC's name that we have come across. This is a dumb thing. This is a bad thing for me to have made my character care about.
I don't know that it's that bad. No. Did I? Okay. 'Cause sometimes I like make them and then just drag them into a folder that has NPCs in it, but I didn't, and it's fine because
Mm.
I didn't know if you would ever see this person again. Cool. Yeah, you flash your badge to them. You know those in attendance will not be allowed to accompany you.
Yeah.
So the rest of you can hang out like in the church. There is worship to Lathander happening at the moment. If you down with the Morning Lord. Otherwise, you can occupy your time as you choose. Um, Cool. The attendant leads you um, down a hallway, a left and a right, and then down a set of stairs into a very modest chamber where you see an elderly gentleman, Harriak Wolhand. Um, the chamber doors open after a soft knock, and he looks up, and you see his eyes widen in like surprise and recognition. And he goes, "Ah, Rainier, I didn't know if I'd see you again. It's been some time."
Morning.
Good morning to you.
Apologize. I haven't gotten a proper wash, I think, since we got in last night. I was wondering if you've still got the key to the chamber.
Yes, is there, you need equipment?
Less equipment. There's just some records I need to keep track of, and wanted to peruse as well.
Hmm. Yes, this way. Um, so they reach into their desk, grab a set of ring of keys, gets up, and they escort you to a chamber deep in the bowels of the church, hidden from those who should not be looking in this area. The secret chamber where the hunters' equipment and some records are kept.
Hmm.
Um, since your order has fallen out of favor, less and less has been kept about it, as less people in the order really care to keep note of it. So
As we're
go on.
walking, sorry, as we're walking, I'm gonna ask him. How have things been in Maras since you last we saw you?
Different, as I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah, we had trouble getting in, even with Marasi citizen in our group.
There have been more security measures being taken. And it's harder for anyone who isn't Marasi to enter the city without being subjected to all manner of inquisition.
Are any
In
of
fact,
the go on, sir?
one of your order came through several weeks ago. We are so blessed to have two of you in such a short time.
Oh shit! They wouldn't happen to have come through. He kind of like knocks on the door.
He nods and says, "Yes, they were light on almost everything. I hadn't seen that one in a while. What was his name? Rostin. Rusty?
Rosen,
Rosen.
did he tell you where he was headed?
No, just he had business in the region. He needed to restock on supplies. Said he'd been out for. To be honest, I don't think he'd stepped sight in the city in a number of years.
That sounds about right. If he comes back, tell him that I've been through, and that I'll probably be back. He
Sure
wasn't.
thing.
He wasn't like dying when you saw him, was he?
No. Looked about
Good.
as old as me, but in the shape of a 20-year-old.
That bitch. All right. Uh, if are any of the Brotherhood still stationed out here, or they have been withdrawn?
No, there's a few here. There's a few here, looking after any church affairs. Minor disturbances in the area, few undead here and there, nothing outside the normal.
Well, if them or Rosen or anyone else comes through this door, uh, mm, we've come from Bastion, and there is a faction of religious fanatics, brother, or the I'm gonna say it wrong. The children of the Dark Sire. They're responsible for explosions and death and an attack on the council in Bastion. We've just come from there. Stopped most of them, but there are some still within that city, and they say that there are some here, led
Attack on the
by.
council. Were any of them injured?
Fortunately, no, we happened to be there, uh, but not a lot. There were several citizens injured. There's a fella. They called him Rue. Said he had the face of a vulture. He's supposed to be here in Maras, and he's the one who gave the order for the attack.
I haven't heard any Rue. The cultists you speak of, the name doesn't ring a bell, but there's always cults coming and going. What makes this one any different, aside from the brazenness?
That they're old, and that they're attached to the events in Karakara, not directly responsible, but directly benefiting.
Well, face like a vulture, someone like that would be bound to stand out. I'll, um, I'll let the clergy know. How have you been, Catterfield?
Poorly.
He's like opening the door into the chamber at the moment. Well, if there's anything you need to, if there's any burdens you need to relieve yourself of, I always have time.
I appreciate you, but given now that I am walking with a party that has faced death in a more direct way than perhaps many will ever see in their own lifetime, both personally and intimately, I think I might not be the only one who needs some help.
He steps into the chamber, walks over, and um, uh, he has this little striker for flint and steel, and lights up the torches and candles in the room. Um, there is supply here if you need to like resupply crossbow bolts. An act like there's working crossbow here. Small blades, that kind of thing. Um, what is there anything particular you're looking for?
I do leave my own notes about some of the cult activity and some of the monsters that we've recently handled, including the Death Kiss and its spawning and creator, and the notes we have about that. Um, I'll look to see if anyone else has left any like note. Like I picture that like there's like a book that is pretty well kept and like a shelf of old books as well. Um, and like see if there's any recent entries for anything that might be similar to like the Death Kiss and Beholders, um, or if anyone else has faced any cult activity, and also maybe if possible, peeking around and seeing if anyone's got any notes about vulture-faced creatures.
Yeah. Um, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Do I
I'll give
have
you.
advantage?
I was gonna say I'll give you advantage,
Uh-huh.
just due to your order, and access to knowledge. That there would be stuff like inherently already written in there for him.
Sounds good.
19. Okay, cool. um, the only thing regarding like bird stuff is like there's notes about some Kenku violence, but that's more like the individual, right? It's just like, hey, if a Kenku comes at you, they're pretty easy to take out. They're
Okay,
like
shit.
they don't fly. Break a wing, it's pretty much they can't even really talk that well. Oh, sorry. In my world, they do talk just fine. Um, but they're more like goblin esque, in that sense of like, yeah, in the small numbers they're not that bad. Um, um, but and then information like uh vulture esque. There's information about rocks. The large birds, which is basically if you run, you die. If you fight, you die. Best to dig a hole and wait.
I like
y-
make a note of whoever that was. Like,
you do see notations in here that at first are like hard to. If you had not experienced strange things like this, you wouldn't believe it. But there's speak of creatures made of metal being found in the countryside, almost always aggressive. Their purpose unknown. Their uh, most, if they even communicate at all, seem to be um, only able to speak with you for like short bursts before some madness takes them. Some of these, one of them has been named the Disassembler, um,
ah,
where it was found that some type of energy beam is released from it and could vaporize rock and metal. Um, Another they referred to as the Sampler, a very large, dangerous metallic. They described it as a flying scorpion. Um,
what was that one
Known,
called?
they named it the Gray Sampler. Um, Looked kind of like a flying scorpion, and it had taken the limbs of several like mercenaries, like literally pulled the limbs off and then reattached them in different places than they're supposed to be. And then other people, they just pick them up, put them in some kind of what looks to be like butcher's blender on its head, and just packed them into a cube of meat, and that dropped out, and they left.
Okay. I'll add our notes from Krua about these crystal creatures.
Cool. Yeah. all manner of kind of crazy things. And then there's also just talk of uh nothing new, but just like, hey, killed some undead here. You know, but this would be kind of normal-ish kind of stuff. Where hey, went into a haunted house, cleansed it, that kind of thing. Cool. I'm sorry. And was there anything else you were looking for on that roll or that get it?
I don't think so. If there was anything that looked like Children of the Dark Sire, that would have I would have taken note of that, and I'd also again put in whatever we had.
Yeah. You don't find any specifics regarding that.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems to be in like as far as your order's concerned, not really something they even really bothered with ever.
Yeah.
It would seem because there's no real mention of it, um, other than like, hey, undead, and then there's obviously an undead connection, um, but nobody is naming that specific organization or cult.
Okay. I'll I'll draw some connections if there are any, and give it a name and definitive features. And then finally, I think if I can, I'll just refill the holy water vials I have, but that'll be all.
Yes, you can absolutely.
Woohoo! I like having it on me, even though it does very little.
Any other business in the temple?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
While they are there, Ember is talking to any of the clergy. Yeah, still feeling like not great since certain parts of my adventure. Hoping give me a look, see if there's something you can do. I've tried. I mean, I've kept an eye out for poisons and disease. It's not any of that.
One of them's they kind of like talk to each other for a little bit, and they go and get a healer. The healer comes over and looks you over.
Epos.
T-pose, yeah, looks you over for a bit. You can feel they like push on some pressure points and whatnot. And they ask if it's okay if they cast a spell on you.
Of course, yeah, that's why I'm here.
Cool. They cast a spell. I don't see anything that would be causing ill will to you or ill health.
Okay, I was afraid of this. Okay, well, appreciate you taking a look.
Sure. It, if you would like, I could attempt to purify any diseases and whatnot, though we do charge for these services.
Oh, it's. I mean, I can tell you for certain it's not a disease because I keep an eye on my team for that. After we almost died to a plant,
Must have been some
he
plant.
says, as though it is not the weirdest thing.
Yeah, they are unable to determine anything wrong with you.
Okay.
Anybody else getting up to some tomfoolery? You would have had like 45 minutes easy.
How crowded is the bar?
Actually, because the mine runs 24/7, right? Like this city is built on that mine, so there's always shifts going in. So there's people that are coming off work in the morning. Not like jam packed like it would be in the evening, but it's like,
Any kind of stage?
yeah, there is.
Yeah. I'm playing for tips.
Hell yeah, make a performance check for
It's
me.
also the best way to get people to notice you at first. I feel like I'm gonna whiff this. Let's go.
Hey, a 7 to a 15, pretty good.
Yeah.
pretty
Look,
good.
Bard's got a bard.
Yeah, hey, 15 is quite good.
I'm using the fucking pipe, the pan flute. Doesn't have the gravitas of the violin. I should have switched masks.
No, you find a couple people like it. A couple dwarves get up and start kind of weirdly dancing. um, yeah, people tip. All told, let's see. All told, you make out with 4 copper, 3 silver.
Dang. Absolute money bags.
Out of curiosity, who is the like? When I say rich, I mean like rich with no day job, like a merchant or the son of a merchant kind of person in this room.
Let's see. Is there
Hi,
someone?
Kylo Lunax. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's
Besides Cal, who's
yes.
definitely there for sure. Definitely there. Um, I just rolled to see, if anybody of that nature is in the bar at the moment. No one of that type is here currently.
Okay.
That's my
Essentially,
money
I
bag.
have the far traveler background feature, but I don't
Mhm.
think he's casting a wide net. He's looking for a specific kind of person.
Okay.
And if they don't pop up, like he's looking for merchants with more money than sense and probably like, second or third sons of like rich families.
Yeah, no one of that is there at the current moment, but I mean, like you've certainly caught the attention of a lot of
Mhm.
people that are here, both through your playing and the fact that you're a bugbear.
Yep.
Which is not super uncommon, but a rarity.
Okie dokie.
Playing off of that, is there not in the bar, but is there like a building that looks like it has like bureaucrats besides like the council building? Like look like it would mainly have the snobby rich people in it.
In this city, there's only there's just one building, which is like the city hall. And I know that I have said council, but this city does not have a council. There's a singular ruler for him. Other people may be delegated tasks, but everything comes down to what they say.
Probably
Um,
like individual buildings run by artisans and stuff, but
right, there's more. Yeah, exactly. There's um, uh, uh, people that are in the different artisans for different things, right? Like if you want a chair, this place makes the best chairs in the city. You want a table, this place makes the best tables in this city. So on and so forth. People that are dedicated to their specific kind of craft.
Firm is looking for that group or family that would be willing to eat a delicacy of a creature.
Okay,
Like
I don't know how to respond to that other than you would just ask somebody if they're hungry.
hey, do you want to eat this?
Hey,
no, no,
would you like food?
he's going off of the Bastion when we got the giant ooze and there was a sort of like you said there was the a few people who would pay to eat a creature of that kind.
Oh, right. Yeah, exotic kind of foods like that. Yeah,
There
yeah,
we
yeah.
go. That's the word, not
Right.
Kind of looking for the
delicacy.
same sort of people, actually. You're looking for the same
I'm just not
sort
looking
of.
for them in the bar.
Yeah, you need to what you could find in this city as well as any city, any of the major city states here. Um, uh, um, it's not a cheesemonger, but let's say a food monger, somebody who specializes in exotic, rare to find animals and goods. A place like that would exist in this city. Let me actually see. Is there?
We took the long route, but we made it there, all right? I may
Yeah,
not know how to describe what I'm looking for, but I can get there.
We got that.
Food weirdo name generator.
The honestly, a place that would probably sell oddities like that. I'll just use a place I already have because I don't want to make a brand new one. If you ask around, you'll be informed that there is a general store which caters to the exotic, called the Burlap Emporium.
Hey, that's the place I mentioned.
Okay. I labeled it as giant ooze creature because I don't think we ever got a name for it. But can I make up a name for this thing so I could try to sell it?
You can make up a name for it for sure. Yeah, I mean, you even if you knew the name, you can make up a name for it. But a giant ooze creature, I do know what you're talking about when you mention it.
This isn't the thing that got dumped off the back of the cart, right?
That was
No.
The Death's Kiss.
Yeah.
Oh,
He shoots the evil eye at Cal. Oh, buddy, come on now. All right. I was trying to get a name generator put up.
No, you're fine. It sounds like Rainier would be finished with their business, has stepped out, probably popped into the pub to let you all know, like, hey, I'm done. If we need to continue on.
what's up
But
next?
Ooh, this is perfect.
before we do, Zal, I've been giving some thought into this Child of the Mountain song. And I think I have something. And he'll start just hitting the table like in a rhythmic beat. And if you allow it, I'd like to roll a performance check to see how good or bad this is.
Like
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
Zol's in.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You see Zol like take the vial out and like get ready to try to like weave around it a little bit, make it work. I'll give you an assistance.
Hey.
Hey,
Oh.
Yeah. Roll again. Get advantage from a bard hyping you up a bit.
oh my god.
Hey.
Yeah, we'll make it work. This fucking rules.
Yeah. Ragnarok, he's got rhythm. He's got more than
Yeah.
rhythm. He's got chops.
I'm just doing the two hands and all of a sudden the tail comes out as a third percussion.
You see like halfway through Zol switches to the fucking horn. Get full like Viking in on it.
And that's all I wanted to do. It's
Yeah.
stupid, but I thought it'd be fun.
Okay, cool. Hey man, you start doing like drum shit, a whole bunch of dwarves stand up and start like banging on their tables and everything. Yeah, that's some deep tribal stuff. They like it.
As soon as we're done, Zol's gonna lean and goes, remember that one for later tonight.
Someone tosses you 5 copper.
Me or Zal? Okay,
No,
hell
you.
yeah.
No, you. I was standing behind you. You were you were the guy.
Hey, I now have 5 copper.
Okay.
What
it's
other
your
errands
time.
are we taking care of?
We
yeah.
want to. Did we want to hit the store?
Yes.
Okay, it's right across the way. And then we can head to Weimar and then City Hall. We'll do a little bit of backtracking for City Hall, but that's okay.
We gotta make the
Okay.
day fun.
Okay. There are a few items of interest for sale in the city at the moment. There are 2 pieces of armor you find here. The first is, I believe I'm pronouncing this correctly, the Undine plate. It's bright green plate armor embossed with images of various marine creatures. While wearing it, you have a swim speed of 40 feet. And don't have disadvantage on stealth checks while underwater. Thought I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess because of the plate mail, it gives the yeah. So like, I guess that makes sense. It has a feature where, while wearing this armor, you can use a bonus action to surround yourself in a sheath of seawater until the start of your next turn. While sheathed in seawater, you have resistance to fire damage, are heavily obscured from melee and ranged attacks against you. The seawater does not obscure your vision. That can be used once per dawn. I don't have a price for that, but I can
Sounds
certainly
lit.
come up with one. The second piece of armor is the brawn armor. This is hide armor. Both of these would require attunement to use. This armor was crafted from the hide of an ancient grizzly bear. While wearing it, you gain +1 to AC and have advantage on grapple checks. While you are grappling somebody, you can use a bonus action to expend a charge to deal unarmed strike damage to that person. So a bear grapple-y one. How the bear folk feel about it? I mean, you're wearing the hide of an ancient bear. They're probably not going to feel great. I'm not seeing that one. Dad? Grandpa? Grandpa? Okay, then there is 2 weapons here. The first is the Scourge of Devotion. It's a flail. This cat o' nine tails is used primarily for self-flagellation. Its tails have barbs of silver woven into them. It's a +1 weapon, and it deals slashing instead of bludgeoning. If you spend 10 minutes using the Scourge in a self-flagellating ritual, which can be done during a short rest, your hit point max is reduced by 2d8. In addition, while your hit point maximum is reduced by this, you have advantage on Constitution saving throws to maintain a spell when you take damage. This hit point maximum reduction can't be removed by Greater Restoration or similar magic. It lasts until you finish a long rest. So magic doesn't remove that one of it. You'd have to sleep. The second is it's a little freaky. The second is the Constant Dagger. It's a +1 dagger. When you roll a 20 on the attack roll, a nat 20, the target struck by this dagger loses resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage until the start of your next turn. If it had immunity to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, its immunity becomes resistance until the start of your next turn. If the creature does not have resistance or immunity to such damage, you roll your damage 3 times instead of twice. Then there are a few kind of wondrous items you find after looking around a bit. One is the Mender's Mark. Requires attunement by Bard, Cleric, Druid, or Paladin. It's a little slender brooch. Brooch? That's the right word. Slender brooch fashioned of silver and shaped in the image of an angel. Use an action to attach the brooch to a creature, pinning it to their clothing or asphyxing it otherwise. When you cast a spell that restores hit points on the creature wearing the brooch, the spell has a range of 30 feet instead of normally touch. You can transfer the brooch from one creature to another. The creature wearing it can't pass it to another, but can remove it as an action. So a nice way to get some distance on some healing. The next is the Mask of the Leaping Gazelle. painted wooden animal mask adorned with a pair of gazelle horns. While wearing this mask, your walking speed increases by 10 feet, and your long jump is up to 25 feet with a 10-foot running start.
And that doesn't require attunement?
That does not require attunement. Just a little mask you pop
Dear
on yourself.
God.
What a dangerous thing to allow
Remember,
this particular barbarian to
you can't fight with mask on.
have.
I don't know if that's true.
I like that. I think that's accurate. That makes sense to me. The next is the glass wand of Leng. It's the tip of this clear glass wand is razor sharp. Can be wielded as a magic +1 dagger. The wand weighs 4 pounds, is about 18 inches, so it's
Whoa.
quite hefty.
What?
Sound like a short sword in that point.
Yeah. Well, it's because it's mostly wand and then has a sharp edge at the
A
end of
wand
it,
with a
right?
shiv on the end of it.
Wand with a shiv. When you tap the wand, it will emit a single loud note which can be heard up to 20 feet away and does not stop sounding until you choose to silence it. It has 5 charges and regains charges at dawn. While holding it, you can use an action to expend charges to cast one of the following spells: Arcane Lock, Disguise Self, or Tongues. And the last here is the Rod of Verbatim.
Mhm.
It's a thin brass rod with tiny runic script. While holding the rod, you can use a bonus action to activate it, and for 10 minutes, it translates any language spoken within 30 feet into Common. The translation can be auditory, or it can appear as glowing golden script. You get to choose when you use it. If you choose the translation to appear on the surface must be within 30 feet. The Ra's translation is literal. It doesn't replicate emotion or nuances or other body language culture. And it can only be used once per hour, that rod.
Do the last two require attunement?
The Rod of Verbatim does not require attunement. The Glass Wand of Lang requires attunement by spellcaster.
Tartar sauce.
How much does that mask cost?
How much does the mask cost? Let's see here. It's just movement, and I can't I can't raise the price for you specifically.
I
It's just
appreciate the integrity.
yeah, it's just simple movement and jumping for it. I wish I'd because I know I've given you other things kind of similar to it. I wish I remembered what all their pricing was for it. Um, uh, for this mask, I'll say 500 for the mask.
How much for the wand of verbatim?
Yeah, the Rod of Verbatim. It's like an infinite tongues.
Yeah.
Let's see, it translates any language spoken into it, but not always two ways. Because if they don't understand Common, then it doesn't necessarily help. But at least you would understand the language or what somebody is saying. I don't think it's that crazy. But because it can be used infinitely, I'll set it at 400 for the Rod of Verbatim, which I think is pretty darn reasonable.
It's really good.
Yeah.
What about the glass rod?
The Glass Rod has spell casting on it, and is a +1 weapon. You'd be looking at 2,000 for that.
Sure would.
Mhm.
Uh,
I will take that mask.
Yeah. Okay.
what about
Animal
that?
themed, increases walking speed. It's right up my alley.
Sure is. What about that? How I'm gonna call it sea shanty armor.
The sea shanty armor. Yeah. Okay. Plate armor.
Oh,
Speed.
I have half plate. That means that's heavy armor, right?
This is heavy armor, yeah.
Never
Which,
mind.
yeah,
I don't
I don't
want to
think.
know.
Yeah, I don't think you can wear it.
Don't want to get my hopes up anymore.
Yeah,
Wear the fancy
armor.
hide.
Also, the armor you have is like insane on its own.
No,
Yeah.
it's no, it's not. It's not that it's not insane. I just wanted to use my combo. My mind was like, go into the water, wrap myself in seawater, cast water walking, cast water breathing, and just hide inside the seawater. What are you gonna do? Hit me?
Sure. Yeah.
I think it'd be a good idea for us to pick up the wand verbatim. Does someone want to carry it? Okay.
Ew.
Ooh,
mean-
a rod? No.
I can carry it. I don't got shit anything besides a ring.
A thin brass
Do you want another
rod?
one?
No.
What do you mean
'Cause-
another one?
I have a free one just sitting in my inventory. Do you want another ring?
What does it do?
The Inquisitor's Ring of Manipulation. There. How do I show this to people?
There
Click
you
the
go.
button.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
sort of capped out at all my attunements right now, so I have to pick and
I'll
choose.
take it if only because it gives stuff to investigation, which is pretty good. I don't need mage hand,
Oh,
fortunately.
Um,
Zal
I
is not
also
here.
I also don't know how aware everyone may be of this, but we have over 1,000 platinum in the group loot. Or
Jesus.
sorry, 100 platinum, so over 1,000 gold. Like we have
Merv
like
split part of his portion. He took most of it, but
yeah. So
he left some.
we could get like we could get the Wanda verbatim because that would be a universally good tool for us to have. Let
Yeah,
Zal carry it around since Zal doesn't have a whole lot going on and would be participatory in talking stuff generally anyway, and it wouldn't even have to touch any of like our individual pockets like money wise.
I agree.
Cool.
Um,
Done.
I know you're just waiting on my opinion. Since nobody else chimed in.
I can't send this to Zal. I can send it to Merv, but not Zal.
Oh, it's that thing.
Yeah.
Sad.
Any magic instrument face down. Has anybody
Shame.
made a magic instrument?
Shame.
One that, like makes flowers when you play it or any D&D shit.
You know, I really almost took that like whip thing until you started describing that it was basically a masochist weapon, and I was like, you know what? I value myself more as a person.
I almost took it, but then it was just advantage on concentration checks, and I'm like, I can't do that shit anyways.
Yeah. You want you want an instrument that makes like flowers, like magic flowers
Just
in the
any
air?
magic instruments in
Yep.
this city.
You can get a magic instrument that like creates a like illusory it's like the like not minor, it doesn't cast minor image, but like while playing it will have like the minor prestidigitation like effects of like causing like, hey, there's like little butterflies around you. Very, very minor things like that, right? I would allow you to kind of flavor it as you want it to be, but it could not be used to like fool anyone, right? Something like that, magic weapon. I mean, a little boy like that. It's like 100 gold for those kind of things.
It's fine. I could do those things separately.
Okay.
I got those tricks.
Um, Doug, do you know how to manually change your speed on your sheet?
I was actually just looking at that, and I think I do.
Okay.
Can you transfer the stick into my inventory?
It actually won't let me change my walking speed because it's being affected by something else.
Oh, maybe there's an item that
Yeah,
is.
this value is being modified by, well, no, it's because I think it's because of my unarmored movement or
It's the
my
kilt.
berserker's kill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the berserker's kilt. I'm gonna see if I can just make your berserker's kilt more. Yep. Okay. I just made your berserkers kill 20 instead of 10, so the speed should be 60, which should be correct.
Yeah, that's just
What-
when raging though, so it should be 50, like generally.
What spells does the glass shiv cast again?
Arcane lock, disguise self, or tongues.
Okay, it's
Well,
got like
and
one,
tongues.
one charge a day.
It has 5 charges, regains 1d4 plus 1 charges at dawn, and then there's different charges to use depending on the spell you're doing.
Nice. And you said that was 2K?
That is 2k, yeah.
Well, I guess while he's thinking that over, can you send the Inquisitor's ring to Zal?
Chisel? Yeah.
He should be able to equip it, and it
verbatim
should.
stick.
Oh yeah. If you equip the ring like if it's the one off of my sheet, you should be able to. It should do everything for you. Like you wouldn't have to make any adjustments.
Yeah, I'm not like actually considering the shiv. I don't have the money for it anyway. I was just curious what like utility spells it casts.
Yeah.
Shit like Arcane Lock is not super useful until it's the most useful.
Precisely.
Well, no scrolls today.
Oh, hold on. I made the weight of the rod 400 pounds.
Oh no.
Interesting. It hasn't hit my inventory yet, which is
Oh, it's in there. I'm looking
Where is
at it. Yeah, it should be in there under rod of. It's under your consumables because it's not a. It's just that's the baseline item for like things when things are created, they become consumables, and then they are changed. Otherwise, actually, I think this thing remains a consumable because it's set for rod. Yeah, it's all set correctly for this thing.
okay.
Okay. Anything else while shopping? Any other things of need, desire?
If you have any spells hidden
Do we wanna-
hidden in the corners,
If I
spell
have any-
Do
scrolls.
we want to swing by the vampire and get healing potions?
The
Sorry, not a
vampire?
vampire.
The not
He's
a vampire.
He's definitely not a vampire.
Yeah, the not a
For sure.
vampire.
Oh,
Merv's best friend.
sure.
Because
If you don't have any
like
spell scrolls, I don't want anything else.
it'd be pretty good if everybody had like a healing potion on them, just in general.
Yeah,
Not
as we
wrong.
learned.
Hypothetically speaking. Hypothetically speaking.
Currently, no spell scrolls in stock currently.
Firm cries.
Like you got to work your courage up after the whiff on the most recent one.
He starts sniffling.
But yeah, I guess Zal doesn't know that the vampire exists, so
Correct.
But-
But easy if you're looking for healing potions. They would recommend you to a particular shop.
Ember, do you need any more of your healing kits?
Nope. I still have 3 untouched and one's. Well, one I could refill.
All right. Well, we're all going to get some healing potions in case what happened before happens again, and Ember Prime will be able to save us all.
Our savior.
Yeah, we should also swing by the jewelers. Shouldn't run into the same markup we were seeing in Bastion, because, this is where they come from. It's cool.
No.
I've got an inn at the mine.
Sean, can I buy some studded leather real quick so I can raise my AC from 14 to 15?
You sure can, my friend.
How much does that cost?
Whatever the book says it
We're gonna
costs, my
swing
guy.
by. We're gonna swing by Weimar's Forge if you want to get the primo stuff. Just throwing that out there.
I'll wait for the primo stuff then.
I mean, a buff table is going to be the exact same thing. It's just going to,
It's just gonna cost more.
Yeah. gonna have
Because it's premium. It's premium grade.
That's good.
You're going to the Apple store?
It's got
It'll
planned
break in 2
obsolescence.
years.
Yeah.
I'm buying gold-plated HDMI cables. Okay, this is the best quality. Sure,
I
it's
will
$30 for 3 inches, but who cares?
I will have you know, Magnot Gorfang is still walking around with the hammer that he got from Weimar's. Okay, primo advertising right there. Never mind that we met that guy in a cage, waiting to be eaten. That has nothing to do with
Right.
the hammer.
Nothing to do with the hammer. The hammer did its job, as if you recall. When he was free to use it, the hammer did quite well. You can either you can buy the stud leather out of Weimar's or at Weimar's. That's up to you.
Yeah,
Will it be magical? Or just leather?
oh, wait, Weimar's? No, it's gonna be normal.
Great. I mean, I suppose I'll give business to your friend.
Okay.
Are we-
Potions, diamonds, Weimar. That's the order.
How many? Yeah. How many potions in stock?
Okay. You find yourselves at the Prismatic Spider, opening the door into a dark, kind of gloomy shop. The lights dimmed, the windows shuttered. There's a dust kind of in the air, the smell of moss, a dankness to this place. You see rows of herbalist goods behind the countertop and a very, very pale looking human looks up at you. How may I help you?
Potions, healing potions, please. They're being weird. What's going on? Good to be back.
Are you return customers then? Oh, yes. I recognize you. He gestures a long finger towards you, Ember.
Yep, Fireforge Bakery.
I heard it closed.
Ember glues her smile and back in place.
They reach down and pull out kind of a leathered case, opens up the lid of it, and you see within several potions gleaming and glowing with red fluid. What sort of healing potions were you looking for?
I just look at everybody.
The regular kind?
Simple will do. We'll take stronger if you have them.
They pull out 3 thin vials. These would be simple, as you request. And I have others.
How much?
It's 50 for the simple. They have 2 greater healings. That's 150 gold. They have 1 superior healing at 450 gold. And they do have a potion of supreme healing at 1350.
You said
I
there were
al-
2 of level 2, right?
correct.
Right. I say we can buy 2 of the greater potions. I think I'll like to everyone else, but then make sure everybody here has one on them. Which I mean, really, we can pull all of that from coin that Merv left us.
Sounds good.
They pull a darker red potion out and set it on the countertop as well. Um, Different looking bottle, and say, "This offers a relatively similar effect, though it does not heal you. If you and another drink it and are injured, your life forces will be shared. The injury to one is divided to 2.
It might not be a bad idea. I could share it with someone.
Pretty clever. How much?
150. The effect lasts for 1 hour.
Substantial. I mean, we still have the money for that, and then in our shared treasure. But if that's something someone wanted to keep, I mean, Ragnarok, if you wanted to purchase that and share that as you would.
Yeah, I'll buy it. How much was it again?
150 for the Blood Link potion.
Freaky.
And then how much for a regular healing potion?
Normal's 50. I believe you bought all of them though. The inventory was not
Oh,
high.
okay.
Yeah, you
Oh,
said it was like 4 regular and then 2 of the slightly better ones, right?
3 regular, 2 of the better ones, 1
Okay.
supreme, 1 superior, 1 supreme.
Okay. In that case, yeah, let's just buy all of the low and all of the level 2. And then Ember, sorry you don't get one, but that's because you're better suited to healing in any other capacity. We all need potions to make sure you don't die again.
Yep.
actually, this is probably a really bad idea since I take so many hits. The other person's gonna be fucked.
I was gonna say
I'll,
it,
I'll
but
keep it on me, but like, yeah, I should not be the one drinking this potion.
yeah, the having I don't think it's like the spell where you
It's I mean, the barbarian would probably be a good choice, right? Because they're depending
But-
on the damage type, right? But it's
Yeah.
their resistance
getting-
kicks in, and then the damage becomes split, right?
right, but you're getting the pain
Oh,
that the barbarian is taking, which is still more than anybody else's, even though
Yeah.
it's split technically.
True. Although
there in melee.
I will say
I
the
didn't know that.
barbarian, your barbarian doesn't get hit, is the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Fair.
But yeah, I mean, anybody with like a high AC or high HP, would go good with, or you go the other way, low HPs, right, and split it between them.
Carry me.
I was gonna say, like, when I was originally thinking, I'm like, Zal.
I don't have much AC. I have more health than Cal, but that's not.
I think I have the second highest AC in the group.
Cal's pretty great at not getting hit either.
Such yeah.
But
Cal
that's for
actually.
that's for different
yeah.
reasons.
They do have more than healing potions here, right? If you were
Yes.
looking for, they have some resistance potions.
Oh yes.
They have the potion which you can only find at this shop, which is the elixir of deep slumber.
yeah.
Yeah,
What does that one
which
do again?
if
Yeah, what is
you
this?
so you drink the potion, you fall asleep for an hour, at the end
Yep.
of which you benefit as if you had a long rest.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Yeah, but
That's it?
quite expensive for
No fallback?
It's a bargain at only 1,500 gold.
At only 1,500. Put a pin in it.
Mhm.
That's perfect for me. I could just take a cool nappy nap.
It's perfect for anyone, really.
It's good for
Yeah.
everybody
Mhm.
too.
Uh,
Who else wants one of the potions of greater healing?
okay,
Or
so
who
everybody
wants to
may
heal?
get bothered by this. However, when we were all dying, I sort of forgot I had a black file on me that has 3 charges and counts as a greater healing potion.
Whomst
That's
among
okay.
us has not forgotten a core class mechanic?
It's
that
not even
To
a
be
class
fair,
mechanic. It's a random item Sean gave me.
to be fair, I did give you a potion. You were dead, son.
It's
You
these
good to
know,
tell
these
us.
and that it don't fix dead.
It's good to tell us where it is on your belt, though, so we can force feed it to you if we need to.
Firm holds it up and he's like, "It's right here," and he just starts tapping his hip.
Are there any other fun potions?
Yeah. What else has he got?
Okay. um.
I need something different.
Yeah. Okay.
Something
Different you
fresh.
shall have. Something that's gonna make me go, ooh.
Firm's unique, okay? He has good taste.
He's a special little boy.
Okay. Okay. They pull out a what looks to be like an old jar, like
Ooh.
clay potted jar with a sticky resin holding the lid together.
God.
Um, you see they
Good.
they take a small tool, pry the lid off. It comes off with like a gooey stickiness, um, but the scent of sweet honey fills your nostrils as you kind of everyone leans in a little bit, like what the fuck is in there? This is magic honey that has special honey rules. Um, okay, this is spirit honey.
Yes.
This spirit honey is made with flowers that bloom in undead filled graveyards, on battlefields and other areas filled with undead, or that are ripe grounds for the creation of undead.
Hmm.
When you consume, it's called the honey of the dead fields.
Mhm.
When you consume this honey, you have resistance to necrotic damage for the duration. In addition, when you roll a 20 on an attack roll made with a melee weapon against a creature that is not a construct or undead, you regain hit points equal to half the damage dealt.
Lifesteal. Got it.
At the end of the Spirit Honey's duration, choose a corpse within 10 feet of you. You give the corpse a semblance of life and intelligence, allowing it to answer your questions. It works like Speak with Dead, except the corpse must answer truthfully, even if it recognizes you as an enemy. It is 1,000 gold for the honey. Um, this honey, um, spirit honey is very rare in the world.
Hmm.
Made by either the highest skilled alchemists and hedge witches or potentially mad witches. Um, to gain the benefits of spirit honey, you must consume it. When you eat spirit honey, you gain its benefits and a long term madness for 1d10 times 10 hours.
Nice.
Hmm.
What does madness do?
You can eat it and
Depends.
find out.
Oh, I didn't know
Uh,
if that was like a known D&D effect.
so
There's
essentially,
like
it's a
different,
random. Yeah, it's a
yeah,
random.
basically it's different bad things for you, like different debuffs or debilitations.
Oh, okay.
Um, if you are
They're
cured of
fun and
madness,
barely and like barely curable.
Some of
yeah,
them
You
are
kind of just have to wait
inconvenient.
them
Some
out
of them
sometime.
are uh, destruction inducing.
yeah,
I know.
I
Some
I
of them
also
will indirectly lead to absolutely killing people within your party.
No, it's fine. I also have different madness tables that aren't quite as shitty as the normal ones because
you
they're
might-
so bad.
You might pick up a hobby. Who knows?
Yeah, might pick up a new hobby. If you suffer the madness of the spirit honey for the full duration, you gain insight into some aspect of the universe. That is the speak with dead function. If your madness is cured before the end of the duration, you lose all benefits of the honey and do not gain insights.
God.
If your madness is like problematic, the spells like calm emotion can suppress it, but you also lose benefits during the time of its suppression. So there are ups and downs when it comes to this kind of rare substance.
It's so tempting, but I really don't need Ragnarok to not be able to differentiate between friend and foe.
I mean, you don't know that's what you're gonna get, though. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
but it's a possibility.
Doug, remember
And
when your boy died because he went mad?
Yeah.
The I can tell you that the table that I have to roll on, I don't think a single thing says you kill your party.
Oh no, that's not what happened. He ran away and got snatched by mind flare.
Oh well, yeah. I don't know about that. The table's long, and I'm not gonna read it all right now. But it's the more in they tend to be more interesting than just like I'm evil now.
Yeah, honestly, the worst one in the standard set is like, I love killing now, and I'm indiscretionatory about it. Like, okay, that just sucks.
Poison.
I love it.
Some insight into the universe, you say?
Of course. In this instance, death.
Yep, seen that one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, been there, done that.
To be clear, did either of you actually get any insights from the process? Because I didn't see anything.
Just for a flexing moment, Firm would hold up his left hand and make the mark of the god of damn it, god of Farlangen. Yes, that one, and it'll make his hand start glowing.
Were you able to do that before?
Once or twice. May have died like a couple times ahead of time.
Okay.
He will ask the guy, "What about a trade of a sort? This looks really intriguing. But have you ever made a potion out of a creature of ooze?"
Once
You
or
think thi-
twice.
But what about from the astral sea?
You have his attention.
How do I put this? Think of it as a general of sorts. Teleported here through a portal, brought here by a cult of basically arcanists? No, that's not the word. What were they called? I know the name of the group, but like, what are the people? They tried to blow people up, okay? And they teleported it here. It probably did some damage. We took it out. I have it still, and it's still in great condition. I can make it last longer if you want it today. But this would have to come down in price.
Show me.
I need a minute, and then Firm will run to go get the giant ooze creature.
It's in a barrel.
Yes.
It's
He'll ask Ragnarok. He's like, Ragnarok, can you come with me, please?
Sure.
okay. It does. You are crossing bits of town to do this. It does take some time. What do you guys do while you're waiting for Firm to come back?
I will cast haste on top of Ragnarok and jump on Ragnarok's back.
That won't be enough.
Damn it.
You're crossing a city, not a block.
Oh no, that's fine. We can still get there faster though.
You can get there quite fast, and then he's stunned, and then you still have to take the time, right? It's not a matter of like
Like
if
a
you
whole
could
minute.
cast
Damn it.
teleport, then you could get from there to there, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna take a little time to do there. If you guys want to buy diamonds in the meantime, you're able
Yep.
to do
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
The diamonds
I don't know
are
if I can
Okay,
start to hate
I-
that combat.
I need everyone to add healing potions to their inventory. Which one is going
I-
to who wants the
Um,
bigger ones?
Pick a normal one.
Okay.
Ember doesn't
Yeah.
get any, correct?
No,
You
that's
could
not
probably
correct.
get one now.
Right? Because once everyone leaves to go get the diamonds, Cal's going to go back and buy the superior healing potion.
Okay. Okay.
I'll
You
take a
get one.
greater because
Mhm.
if I'm beating it to someone, they probably need a good amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay. I have a normal one to Zal. Cal, you have the superior. The greater was given to Ragnarok.
I'll take the other grader. That's fine.
The other greater, okay. And then who has the other? There's two other normal ones.
I'll take a
Uh,
normal one.
Everyone should get one. So whoever doesn't have one yet gets a normal one.
Okay, I don't have a
That's
normal one.
me. Yeah, Sam.
Oh, that's why it's called potion. I've never seen a potion, and I was really curious, like why it was called potion. Never mind. I answered my own question.
Okay.
I just haven't thought about
Everybody has a potion now.
All right, and everybody knows that everyone has a
Write
potion now.
Write it down in chat now for posterity on
For
this date.
posterity.
On this
Everyone
date,
has a normal potion, right?
People have
At
different. There's
least.
not
We
enough for
have
everyone to have a
differing
normal.
amounts.
Everyone has different kinds.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll have a
Okay.
big one, but that's the one you've got.
Yeah.
I've got a little one and also spells. But my little one is for if I have no spells and Ember goes down. Now diamonds. While the barrel crew is gonna
Well, the
Cross
getting's
town.
good now. Diamonds. The diamonds are not. They don't cost extra. They just are at flat rate here. And you are able to buy as many as you want to buy.
That's so wild. Love it. You could just see the market
How's the
value.
group fund looking?
Ooh.
We have 34 platinum, 325 pieces of gold, and some miscellaneous change. So we can make up what we already lost.
Seems reasonable.
Yep.
Do I need to pay back the one that was used for me?
Well,
I
that
don't
sounds
think so,
kind of counterintuitive to us spend it on you. It's not a debt.
Fair enough. I just not familiar with the monetary workings of the group.
To be fair, we just sort of see a need and fill a need.
Speaking of which, I have a need of something pretty around my neck. Show me your finest diamond necklace, please.
I love that he's such a high maintenance character. It's so nice.
He's got an amount of jewelry that nobody remembers that is
He's-
unspecified but substantial.
I
know
have-
that-
I have rings on the upper and lower parts of all my fingers.
Yes.
Like for the amount of rings you've just pocketed or like little bits of jewelry, I'm like, fuck, I'm never gonna remember he has that.
The
It's that
heaviest
display
bitch
now.
slap in the world.
Oh, that's so great.
Hell yeah. They have expensive diamond necklaces here. For you can get a beautifully designed diamond necklace for 350 gold.
No, I
So
mean, you're 12. I mean, the exception, like, this is for the people walking in off the street. Where's open the safe, please?
My. Hold on, I have to see who runs the jewel. He looks. You see a small man look at you and go, "I'm a gnome, sir."
Sarah, this is a Wendy's.
Sir, we just met. My name's Erky Humplebumple.
It
Oh,
sure the
God.
fuck is.
Well, Erky, if there's one thing I know, it's a jewelry store. And this stuff, while very nice, very high quality, right? This is for the common folk, the walking in off the street people. You and I both know you have some exceptional things in the back. And
Yeah.
yeah, I'd like to see it so that I can pay you gold or platinum for it and I can wear it out of the shop.
He gives you a nod and says, "All right, I'll show you something. I'll knock your... You wearing socks? You sock person?"
I am not, but I'll put some on if they'll be knocked off by it.
He smiles and skitters to the back, comes back out and lays an extremely ornate looking wooden case down, opens it up. There is almost blinding glow of reflection. You see this platinum necklace with... It's ordained with star sapphires. These are blue diamonds along the outside ridge. And then at the very center of it, you see a lustrous black or a black sapphire. This thing is enormous. And it is embedded into a kind of star-like shape. And that star shape itself is then rimmed with star rubies and fire opals as well.
Oh, Erky.
This is what'll knock your socks off.
Yes, clearly, blown right off.
I call it the Star of the Night.
It is beautiful, and I feel better just having seen it. Now, what is the price tag on an item like this?
18,000 gold pieces.
Well, I have something to shoot for then, don't I, Erky?
You see his like smile kind of like twitch a little bit. I thought you were a man of great taste, here to offer payment for the best I have.
I am a man of great taste, and I can certainly see that this wonderful piece of wearable art has no equal. Unfortunately, as is the current state of my coin purse, it does have an equal at this point. The equal is about 1,900 gold pieces. So I'm clearly well shy. 10% isn't even a reasonable layaway down payment.
With a snap of the case, and he pulls it back to him and he says, "I see. Well, perhaps I shall see you again in the future for it."
Oh, perhaps you shall, Erky. Perhaps you shall. I guess in the meantime, I'll take that pedestrian 300 gold piece necklace because I'm just some schmo off the street.
He looks at you and says, "Well, all right. I mean, I don't. That seems a little much, you know. You seem like a nice enough dragon.
That's close enough.
Why don't we see how it looks on you?" You can see like his heart is just warmed for some reason by you. His little gnomish mannerisms. He's like, "Oh man, this guy's just having a bad day." gets the sets the the cheaper necklace on you. He's like, here, shows you in the mirror. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, you got it.
So functionally, that is 300 golds worth of diamonds on a necklace.
Correct. I mean, yeah. Should
Yeah.
you wish to turn it into
Yeah.
usable diamonds, yeah.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's very fancy looking jewelry.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, Firm and Firm and Ragnarok return. You have a barrel.
Well,
full
I
of
just want to be
goo.
clear. Was anybody else buying diamonds?
I had deducted the gold for like
Okay,
the
great.
2, so we had 2 sets.
Great. Just making sure.
All right, diamonds purchased. The Goo Boys return. The Goobers return. With some tooling and strength from Ragnarok, the lid is pried off the barrel, and there's just like, I mean, this thing has been out in the sun in this barrel. There's like a bit of steam kind of coming off it. It has quite the weird smell about it, but you see the alchemist like lean into it, like he's into the funk of this thing. He's also surprised by the volume here. This is a lot of goo you have.
Arm looks at him with the straightest face and said it was 20 feet tall or taller.
You're joking.
Ask Bastion.
How could I ask a city?
Exactly. It destroyed the city.
Dips a little finger in, tastes it. You want to exchange the cask for the honey.
Yes. You can take it this way, or my way wouldn't help you, but it would be different. And with like a flair of like magic, he sort of explains that he taken the full body of a monster can make it into a dish that gives the abilities or the resistance and he explains the monster dish feature to the storekeep. He's like, or I can take this, but this would basically have to be used today. I don't think you would take that, but it can be an option.
Most people are turned away by the foul nature of the creatures that come from both our world and beyond, but you seem drawn to them.
Can't be turned away when they're where you're from.
Leans forward and sniffs deep around your neck. You are different. It's unrefined. I would lose some in the process, even at this volume.
For a man that knows what he's doing, I doubt you would lose any.
This is unconcentrated, you see. To have any sort of effect would require large volumes, and this, while a large volume, its properties are yet unknown. Its profitability is yet unknown. I'd be taking quite a risk. An
You
even
would.
exchange, I'm afraid, is off the table. However, a substantial discount could be agreed to.
It could. What kind of discount?
Seeing that I'm taking a gamble here, I'm offering you a functional item while this has yet to prove itself to be valuable in a real way, I'll offer you 300 gold discount.
How about this? You do your experimentation with it. If you find something of that you can make with this, and you like the outcome, I'll take. How do I put this? You come up with a way to use this creature with a discount of 500, and if you don't find a way or you are dissatisfied with the creature, I won't use this before we leave, if we happen to leave the city, and I'll bring this back and give it back.
Deal. They hold out a long fingered hand.
Firm shakes his head.
All right. They take a vial, dip it into the barrel, put a stopper in it, wipe down the vial. They head into their store to begin work on trying to refine this into something functional. Is there anything else anybody needs from the potion shop before it literally closes for the day?
Firm will offer to use gentle repose to keep it to keep it good for another 10 days for the store keep.
He doesn't think like the amount of the like he's going to use all the stuff in the vial. As for what you do with the barrel's yours still, right? You don't leave it here. That's still yours until the deal is made, right? So you can treat it as you see fit. Though if you want to satisfy the deal, you would need to, keep upping your gentle repose.
Oh yeah. Before leaving, I'll use one on it.
Okay, cool. I think
It's
I think
11
for
minutes.
this, because I think for this, you just plop some copper pieces into the barrel, sprinkle a little salt, and that'll do it. Because there's no eyes for that to be laid on.
Nice.
Um,
The eyes are in there somewhere.
they're in there somewhere. Hey, I mean, isn't it all eyes if you think about it?
Honestly, yes.
Okay, what other errands are we running?
I think
Yep.
we're heading to Weimar's, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If all the other shopping is done, it should be quick. I'm just checking in, seeing if he's got any idea what's going on. I imagine if they're arming new Praetorians, they're gonna go through him. He's one of the best smiths in town.
Cool. You head over to the Mithril Pommel. You see, you can smell the as you're entering into like the more blacksmith side of town, where people are processing ores and different metals. You see the smoke rising out of the forge. You can hear the banging of metal. Um, as you step inside, you don't see anybody like on the interior where like the shop is, but you hear like the dinging of the bell coming in. You can hear a hammer in the back and a muffled voice of "You right there?" A few minutes later, you see Weimar coming around a corner, mitt on one hand. He's kind of wiping his face with a rag, flings it on his shoulder, looks up, and just kind of like freezes for a moment as he locks eyes with you, Ember.
I was trying to come up with something witty, but hi.
Come here! Come here! He moves around the countertop and opens his arms wide to bring you in for a hug.
Yeah, Timber will hug him.
Pulls away, puts his hands on his shoulders, and kind of looks you over. You look like you've seen the world, Ember.
That's one way to put it.
Oh, what a wonderful surprise. I thought you were somewhere in Bastion, last your parents said.
Yeah, well, stuff happened. Now we're here. Trying to figure out what's going on here with the whole trade embargo and all of that. Did they did the Sinku did this all started after Karakara?
Hmm. Yeah, I suppose that lines up well. You're talking about all the guards and collaborator business.
That and not trading with Bastion.
Uh, well, yeah, that's all been going on for a little while now. To be honest, I keep my nose out of politics. I just want to run my forge, do good work. But I mean, from what I understand, there was risk of what happened to Karakara here. A lot of people were scared. The Sinku made some hard choices and set about more guards, recruitment. Even saw through Praetors, which they haven't been out in service in a while, so it was good to see that they were taking the protection of the city seriously.
It's it's more than that. They've pulled some of them out of retirement. Pulled my dad out of retirement. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm being super rude here. Everybody, this is Weimar. This is my smithing mentor. This is everybody. This is Cal Abunex Cleftintialar of the Bastion Cleftintialars, Rainier Catterfeld, Ragnarok, um, Firmament of the Flavorful Titan. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
And that's all. That's all. I don't know if you have another name.
This is always fun.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
some of y'all I recognize. Good to see you again. The others, nice to meet you. I assume maybe Ember told you who I am, but I'm Wymore Lindsay. I run this shop. You all have some very interesting equipment on you.
That's made out of a dragon. I pointed.
I
pointed
know. I know. That's not. That's very good work.
Alright. It's alright. It's pretty good. We killed it. The dragon, not the armor.
You
I guess technically the armor.
killed it. Did you make this?
I did not.
Hmm.
We were kind of busy at the time, so
Never worked with dragon before. Well, looks good on you, kid.
Thank you.
Well, are you just here for a visit?
um here, yes. Like here at the forge, check in, see what you could um tell us about what's going on. We're going to try to speak to the Sinku. We've been at a lot of the things that are going on. Um I mean, we were in Karakara when the monolith. So we're trying to clear up with the Sinku what's going on with Bastion and everything because they're not
Wait.
taking that well.
You were there when it happened?
Yep.
He kind of like leans against the racks of tools behind him. I should never have let you out of this city. I I put you in danger. I thought I thought letting you out free of this place so you could find your purpose and not be stuck here with mine. But
Honestly, I did. There's a lot more to it than that, but I did, and we found an old dwarvish vault, and without my tools, we wouldn't have been able to really unlock its secrets. So
I suppose there's a mithril lining for you, but I feel like I've put you in danger.
I mean, given everything that's gone on, I think I would have been in danger anyway. This look at this place. The bakery's closed. That's
Why is the bakery closed?
I told you they put they pulled Dad out of retirement. He put his armor back on. He
I
hasn't
thought
worn that in at least 5 decades.
I thought you were joking about that. I mean, his things are either very bad or. I, to be honest, I've just kind of kept my nose here at the forge for so long. I guess I haven't really been looking outside the windows to see everything.
I'm also kind of hoping that I can pick up um some extra raw materials. I think it's finally time for me to upgrade this. She dings the armor she's wearing.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I have a lot of orders coming in from the city, mostly swords. I have some material. What do you have in mind?
Um, I am thinking I let's see. I've got how many ingots do I have left in there? Where's the group loot tab? There it is. How much do I still have in here? Oh my god, am I actually out? I might be out.
You have
Looks like I'm
used.
out.
Yeah, you have used it.
Well, uh, I figure it's about I'm gonna
What?
need about 65 pounds worth of iron, so not that much.
Oh, not that much. Just 65 pounds of
Yeah.
iron. Wow.
It's time for plate.
I think I owe you at least that much. And if it'll keep you safe, well, that'll quiet my mind at least a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I got the money for it. Hey,
He looks at you and just shakes his head and says, "No, for you, absolutely not. No, I'll make do. If any of your friends want to buy armor, though, that's different."
anybody needs armor, weapons, best you're ever gonna find.
I could use some studded leather.
Yeah, we can do that. So kind of like his eyes are just moving up to meet yours. Though I think I'll have to make a few adjustments to make it fit.
Will that cost extra, or was that?
For a friend of Ember's, no. Just time. Just take time. If you the set of leather is just flat 45 gold. He'll make any adjustments and additions to the armor to make sure it fits you correctly, free of charge. That will take some time. They won't have something like that wouldn't be ready at the soonest until the next day. Ember, what are you doing with the armor? Are you gonna stay to make it, or are you gonna cast magic to do it?
Yeah, it'll be magic.
Okay.
But right now, I'm just gathering the materials, and I'll do it when we're not. Well, I'm not even going to carry that with me right now. That's just essentially I'm purchasing and or making some full plate for myself.
Yeah. And then if the materials would be here at the blacksmith, for you to come use should you need.
Okay. I'll swing back by. We're going to try to talk to the Sinku. Is there somewhere else we need to go? Town hall, other than town hall? Anybody? Take that as a no. All right.
All right. Well, I hope to see you all again soon, and I look forward to seeing you at work. See what kind of armor you make this time.
Probably swing back by after we try to talk to the Sinku and then maybe eat and talk to some other people, figure out what's going on. One last kind of weird question, given everything that happened in Bastion. You haven't. Uh, we've been dealing with a cult. Are they a cult, Ragnarok? That group that
Children of the Doxio.
them.
That's kind of a nasty name.
The
Yeah.
nasty group.
We've had some problems with them in Bastion, and there's supposed to be a fellow here named Rue.
I can't say I've ever heard of a person named Rue, nor this group that you're talking about.
Okay.
Though, I mean, word on the street is there's, all sorts of people trying to disrupt the city. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Another cult out there.
All right. Well, if you hear anything, let us know.
Sure. Yeah. To be honest, I doubt I will, but I'll let you know if anything comes our way. Good to see you, Ember.
Good to see you. We'll be back by.
He heads back to the forge, and you are free to continue on. You're looking to go to town hall now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Getting late into the afternoon, you head towards the city hall building. It is the entryway as is lined with guards. The steps going up to it. They themselves make no approach to stop you as you head up to the door. But the guards at the door then stop you and ask, what's your business with the city today? Is there anything they can help you with? Right, that sort of business. Right, they're just doing the security stuff. Right.
I am Ember Fireforge. These are these are my friends, my companions. The fifth season. You may have heard of some of the work we've done. Guess not. We have information that we would like to we would like to deliver to the Sinku. We would like to speak with him at the earliest convenience.
You see the two of them share a glance with one another, look back at you, and say, "You vouch for the other ones here?"
Absolutely.
All right, step
Oh,
inside.
a couple of them in my life.
Um, they escort you inside to the large vestibule of this building. Large stone towers with dwarven faces carved into the top and bottom of them. There is a central stone circle table, and they gesture for you to come towards here. And if you would place your weapons on the table. Weapons, any implements of magic, anything that would be considered threatening to another living person.
Sure.
Yep. Pull off the big hammer. Pull off the small hammer.
You see,
Flex my arms and say, "Can't leave these babies behind."
you see, one of the guards has a clipboard and paper, and he's notating out everything that you all are dropping here. The other guard standing nearby stifles a laugh at your joke, and says, "Okay, if you would follow me." The one guard with the clipboard continues writing down all of your equipment
May I
and
keep my
detailing it.
instruments on me, or do you need them?
It depends. Are you a practitioner of the arcane?
Yes.
Are your instruments your focus?
I'll lay down the viol and the pan flute.
They nod and say, "Thank you very much." The other guard escorts you all down a hallway. Opens the door to a room that is like clearly a waiting chamber. Has seats set around. Pretty sparse overall. There's like a pitcher of water and like two glasses in here. Um, in here, like just as note as you're walking through, like your footsteps are echoing. This is not the hustle and bustle of Bastion's council building, which is like people are like are moving, assistants are going back and forth. Like that is a place of bureaucracy. This is you're not sure what happens here because you haven't seen anybody but yourselves and the guards. The guard, as he leaves the room, says, "If you just wait here a few moments, the door closes behind you. You have a few moments to yourselves."
All right. How detailed do we want to get? When
Well, I think we should tell them at least about the Children of the Dark Sire and possibly how we've come to know them and what happened in Bastion, and see if there's possibly any way that we could find allyship between Bastion and Maras in this time, considering the threat within the walls.
Well, and to that end, if they have closed the walls for a reason other than simply to keep Bastion out, there is the possibility that we could turn presence of Bastion military to everyone's favor.
Good point.
Certainly, if there's a greater threat, and we can then rally Bastion's military to aid in Maras, I imagine that would go a long way in easing tensions between the two.
Maybe. Just keep in mind, sentiment here has for a very long time been that Bastion wants to control everything. It started with the guilds, and most people don't think it was ever intended to stop there. So that's just what you're dealing with. Whether it's right or not is not that that is what
Well,
people think.
certainly. And we won't know what this threat is until we're able to have this conversation. And even then, they may not share it with us. But if it is something else, if it is something greater, then perhaps there's a slim opportunity to foster some goodwill between
Yeah.
the two cities.
Cal, can you make a wisdom save for me?
Sure.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, doing great.
The door opens.
I'm so concerned.
The door opens, and you see a stocky dwarven man enter in. Widow's peak, hair thinning but pulled into a ponytail. Long beard with some stone rings holding it together. Stocky like any dwarf, but looks like someone who has not spent their life working the stone. He looks to you all and says, "Greetings, my name is Vilcia Botin. I'm High Advisor to the Sinku. I'm told you are seeking audience for passage of information."
Could we get that name again?
Yeah.
Yes, it is Vilcia Botin.
Thank you.
Oh,
This
fancy.
dude's basically like a major domo for the Sinku.
Yeah. He identified himself as High Advisor. So, yeah. Right hand man, whatever that.
Advisor.
Yeah.
How do you actually spell Sinku?
SENKU?
It is Sindku. Sindku.
Oh, okay.
I forget what language it is, but it basically translates to mayor, like ruler of.
Like D&D language or real language?
A real language, but I've forgotten which one it is.
I was like a man of many
Apparently it is
languages out here.
Maltese because I had to Google it because I
Oh
was
yeah,
curious.
yeah. Because I wanted a name like for ruler, but I was like, I want something weird, something that sounds weird. I was like, oh, this is cool.
It's a good choice.
I was like, this is a good one. I like it. What is it that I can help you with?
Go ahead.
We have direct first-hand information about what happened in Karakara, as well as information about what may or may not be one of the threats facing. Well, it certainly is a threat facing Karakara. Whether or not you're aware of it, we don't know, because we don't know why it is you have closed the city and what it is you're facing. But we have uncovered a plot, and we are here to share details of it to make sure that nothing untoward happens.
And why is it that we should trust the word of the heroes of Bastion?
Hi, I'm Ember Fireforge. I was born and raised here in Moranis. So
I know who you are.
okay,
I know who
well
all of you are.
then you should know that this is my home, and I will do everything I can to protect the people here.
Yet you've been missing from our city for such a long time now.
Yep.
And instead of helping Maras, it seems you've been helping Bastion instead.
And this is
No,
perhaps what you don't
I've
understand. It's not a zero-sum game. It's not helping one instead of the other.
no, it's I haven't been helping Bastion. I've been helping Idari. We have, through the course of traveling first from Maras to Bastion and then back to Maras and then to Karakara, we have stumbled upon or been dragged into something that threatens the entire world. We have seen it here. We have seen gnolls traveling south and cleared them out of the village to the south. We have uh, dealt with a threat to all life on Idari. It's it's bigger than any one city, and now it is here.
So you're telling me that a threat to our entire country, perhaps the world, is upon us, and you're the only people that know of it. I
Look,
find
is
that
the
very difficult
Sinku
to believe.
around? Can I just talk to the Sinku?
The Sindku is not taking audience today. But I assure you, you can relay any concerns you have to me, and I will make sure that they hear them.
Uh-huh.
So, there's a null problem to the south. That's the
Not
great.
anymore.
Good, then it seems that the danger is past.
This isn't a null problem that we're here about.
Yeah, the Knolls were an example of, are you actually listening?
Of course I am.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That means no.
I'm
So,
gonna give Ember an inspiration, but as I'm doing it, I do it in the form of like Zal clearing his throat and saying, "You understand that Ember Prime is a hero, right? And further, that she is a hero who represents your city."
I understand she is an omen. Of what that means is yet to be determined.
And
Some
you're
see her
deciding to
as
not take her particularly seriously then?
I understand you are really not receptive to the idea that the mine could be a danger.
we've heard the warnings from your mother at your behest.
Yeah.
No danger has occurred.
You I mean, you slowed the digging as I suggested, so
Digging was slowed for a time. Your mother has a certain amount of sway here, but industry must continue.
Uh-huh. And you're not at all worried about repeating the mistakes of Kirathun. The reason that we lost so many and were forced out of our home, our ancestral home.
There are many stories of the past. Who can say exactly what it is that happened?
I can. I have seen
You
it.
can. One person can.
I will happily take you to see it for yourself.
The problem I have is that it's hard to
Just the
believe the
one?
words of someone who has been representing our adversary for so long. You
Our
say you're not
adversary.
working.
You mean our biggest trade partner.
Of course. Until it no longer suits them.
Funny, because everything I've said, I've heard is that they're still trying to trade, and now you've decided it no longer suits you.
Delegate parties for the past 3 months, 24 of them have been returned without visitation to Maras.
The Sinku, in his wisdom, has seen that Maras needs to look after itself in the wake of Karakara. To share everything with those that would put us in danger would be folly. After all, you should know more than anyone. The Arcanium was involved in the events of Karakara. Was it not one of the very own that was responsible?
A renegade of the Arcanium,
She had been ousted, yeah.
and we had retrieved her.
So they say.
No, so
Sean.
I say.
Sean, can I do an insight check to see if his general vibe is of speaking for the Sinku, or like he has positioned it like basically he seems like he's taken a lot of power on his own shoulders.
Yeah, go and
Is-
roll insight.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm trying to suss out.
I will assist because I am definitely skilled in that in insight.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Oof.
Okay. um honestly, it's a little with a 16, it's a little bit of both, right? Like
Yeah.
this is an opportunity for him to um be less questioned by others. So he most certainly is assuming more power,
Yeah,
but
because the
y-
general vibe is that he's kind of reaching here. If he's ostensibly a steward or like a herald or a functionary, right? Like,
I think I mean, that's the thing is he's not that. He's an advisor.
yeah,
He's like a step down and like above council. Like, he's probably doing exactly what you're thinking he's doing because that is his position.
Yeah, this is the Jafar to
Mhm.
our
yeah,
right. So he would like it would be within his power to do a lot of things,
yeah,
but um y- you with the 16 and the question you're asking, some of this is a bit like I, is the Sinku is the one who makes all these choices. So are you doing this or is he doing this? He definitely is you can see with the 16 you can see that he knows this is an opportunity for himself, right?
Mhm.
So his actions are most certainly to keep himself in his position, which has been elevated as of all the current context, right? With your 16 as well, um, he fucking hates Bastion,
yeah.
and he is very bristly towards you all as your title as the fifth season, whether you like it or not, has been amended as Heroes of Bastion. So you're getting like, man, he despises that city, which falls in line with the history of Maras. There are people that
Mhm.
absolutely don't just dislike him; they despise what Bastion represents.
Got it.
Oh, perhaps we could shift gears a little bit. It seems pretty clear from your tone that you don't trust us. It also seems clear that you know our reputation. And so, whether you trust us or not, you know that we have gone into some very dangerous situations and come out the victors. And here we are in Maras, offering our services in your time of need, in Maras's time of need, because ultimately we are here to help. So maybe we can build some trust. Is there something the Sinku needs?
The Sinku wants for nothing. And you're right, your reputation does precede you. And you somehow have come out on top of very dire circumstances. Though there is some question as to even your involvement into the events of Karakara. Tied to it as you are.
Perhaps a different question then.
Where's my dad?
I don't know.
I doubt that. I will bet money you had a hand in the Predators mobilizing their retirees.
It was the Sinku's wisdom that called forth the action of the Praetors.
So
I
we
do
should
not
just be
know.
talking to the Sinku then.
Unfortunately, as I said, he is not taking audience this day.
Uh-huh. When is he?
Perhaps you could come back on the morrow.
That didn't actually answer my question, though.
He just smiles at that. Speaking of the Praetors, while your offer of service is acknowledged, Maras has no need of mercenary work due to our Praetors and their return to service. So thank you very much for the offer, but we will have to decline for the moment. Now, are there any other concerns you wish to voice?
Oh yeah, dangerous death cult in the area, but you already expressed that you're not particularly interested about or with anything we might have to say, so you can take that with whatever grains of salt else you've picked up as well.
Dangerous cult activity. Noted.
It wasn't noted.
I will pass this along to the Sinku, and he will make his decisions and judgments thusly.
Curious, this omen you spoke of. Many people in Maras know about the omen, the child of the mountain. Is that about right?
Of course.
So
But
I anticipate that her presence in returning, the fact that we've been here less than 24 hours and have heard that name bandied about many times, you wouldn't necessarily want the people of Maras to be believing that the Senku and the Child of the Mountain are adversarial, would you?
it doesn't surprise me, as someone who's not native to this city, that you do not understand the omen.
I do not, which is why I'm asking.
Not all see your friend here as a good sign. I'm sure you can tell she doesn't exactly look like everyone else. Some see that as Morden's anger.
That's charming, because from what I've seen, she's made friends with just about anyone she's passed.
For the record, also, one of us has stood in the presence of the Stone Lord. That's me, just in case that wasn't clear. So, more than anyone in this room and possibly in this city, I'm qualified to speak to what the Stone Lord wants. And this isn't it. Everything you're doing here, this is not the Stone Lord's will.
I will
But
let the
you'll find
Sinku.
that out.
I will let the Sinku know.
Yeah, I think I will too.
Now, if there's nothing else,
Before we go, could I get one final, maybe snappy quote for the song I'm working on, which I think is gonna be mostly focusing on how you turned down the savior of Maras. Something one line and partially villainous would be good.
he smiles at you, opens the door, and then just gestures for you all to leave.
The bluntness, I love it.
Zal does like the chef's kiss. Perfect. Bows deeply.
Upon, I'm assuming when we are released, we are allowed our armaments back.
Yes, there is something between then and there.
Okay.
Dumb
Uh,
question.
Yeah.
When everybody's armaments were taken, Firm doesn't look like a typical wizard. Like he's walking around in armor and a shield.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't have actually taken.
Do you have daggers, wands,
I have a
anything?
dagger and I
Yeah,
have a chef
anything that
knife.
is a implement of magic. Your chef knife, it's a knife, right? They're doing. If you walk into a club, they're going to take all your stuff, right? And
Fine.
they know what is magic, right? This is a world where magic exists. They understand the difference, right? um, cool. Exiting out of the chamber, leaving a honestly uh rightfully insulted and kind of like befuddled advisor in your dust, as the you hear the door
Look,
close
it would have been
behind you.
fine until he fucking insulted our girl.
Well, you step out of the room. There's the hallway heading down towards where your armaments are. There's also hallways, like a T intersection, hallways going north and south. And as you all step out and that like door closes, and you're sharing that moment of like, fuck that guy, right? um, you can see there you're not alone in this hallway. About standing at the corner, kind of just leaning against it, you see a female dwarf, um, long red hair, also bearded, tied in with golden runes holding it together. She's leaning casually, just observing your group. As you notice her, she kind of waves a couple fingers in your directions, and you can hear her laugh a little bit and say, "That didn't sound it like it went well at all."
Could have
Sorry,
been better.
you are.
Oh, forgive me. She takes a few steps forward towards your group, and kind of bows a little bit. The name is Azkir Bofton.
I'm gonna need to write that one down.
Mhm.
This is the sister of the Sinku.
Holy fuck.
as Kier Bofton. I'm gonna just spell it like it sound. Dang it, I was close.
You're probably very close.
I wasn't that far
got
off.
the
I just
last.
had 2 letters transposed.
I got the last.
Yeah,
name
Ember, you
right.
recognize her right away.
Thank you. Nice. Got it.
I understand you were trying to seek audience with my brother.
Yep.
But we got that fuck instead.
Well,
Oh,
I can't say I disagree. Vilcia's disposition has never been agreeable, I found. But he is a good advisor and administrator.
Uh-huh. Yep. Um I'm not sure how good I would say he is when we're trying to, we mentioned a cult that's attacking other places, and we know that there are some of them here, and he's just like, oh, okay. Take it under advisement.
It seems like discrimination because Ember was giving him a warning. He didn't seem to like her. So we don't like him.
I can't say I blame you. But he is simply doing what the Sinku asks of him.
Is he, though?
I love how we're getting told and we're still good.
Or is he just sort of deciding and executing what he thinks the Sinku wants?
That's a good
I've
point.
thought of that over these past few weeks, but unfortunately, he is doing what he's told. I wish I knew my brother's mind, but it seems we are strangers to each other these days. She takes another few steps towards you, Ember. What is it that you're here for? Why seek audience with the Sinku?
Do you want the whole the long answer or the short answer?
I want the right
'Cause
one. I want the real one.
short term, I want Maras to be back on good terms with Bastion so that we can face a potential threat to all of Idari. Because if the cities are isolated and warring, then what happened in Karakara will be nothing compared to what happens. There may not be anyone left in all of Idari. Dramatic enough?
And you need audience with my brother to achieve this?
Well, I mean, he's kind of got the final say in a lot of things, so yes. Unless you think the merchants are going to just start trading with Bastion again, or, we can find resources to send to Karakara to help rebuild, or mount an expedition to...
Karakar is a lost cause. You've been there. You should know.
Yeah, no, that's why I know we need to send help there.
I'm afraid that city is gone, my dear. And there's no amount of help in the world that will change that.
I mean,
As to the
a
Sinku,
large portion of it's gone, but there are still people there, still people that need help. My good friend Kalawunax here is head of the Quintuple C, the Kalawunax Cleftintilar Karakara Care Consortium, sending aid to Karakara.
you can help those that wish to remain, those that have not fled. Bastion has accepted most, we have accepted some. That city will never be what it was. It will never be again. And those that remain,
Hard disagree.
perhaps if you return there one day, you'll understand.
So you've been to Karakara then?
No, I have spies. Which is how we know who you are.
I mean, I'm from here. I'm not hard to figure out.
I know
I
who
hope you
you
don't
are, Amber.
pay them too much.
I know who you are. I know your family. I know your mother and your father.
You know where he is right now?
I don't. And
Okay.
if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
I mean, if you've been spying, then you know we're not full of shit about any of this.
I know that. I know your reputation precedes you, and I know why it does. And it's exactly the reason you think, because you are effective, regardless
Askir,
of anything else.
what is it that you want? I mean, do you just want to shit on us like Vilcia did? Or do you have a point that you're trying to get to?
I didn't realize I was shitting on you. I thought I was stating some of your better aspects. I think we can help each other. Though discussing it here is a mistake. The walls have eyes and ears. She reaches into a pocket and holds out a piece of parchment, a little folded up piece of parchment to you, Ember.
I will take it, but not read it yet.
I have an apartment in the city I use for personal errands. Meet me there this evening. I believe we can be of help to each other.
We could discuss right now.
No, I mean we just went over why we can't. But
No, well, Fern pulls out a piece of rope and he's like, "But we can."
appreciate the thought. One, that would be awkward. Two, they might get a little mad at us if we start casting near the Sinku's offices. That's why I was going to wait until we got outside to do stuff.
I just didn't want people to stalk us.
No, that's fair. That's a good plan, actually. Just not like immediately. But all right,
Maybe in the lobby.
She holds up the piece of paper. This place tonight. I'll bring something.
I'll bring the food.
Oh, food would be lovely. I'll have drinks ready then.
Dinner party.
Be safe in the city.
Sean, can I do a quick insight check?
Just a quick insight.
On that like this is real convenient, and I just want to make sure that this is just somebody being like self-serving,
Yeah, roll. You can roll insight check.
and not like this is I'm just gonna get you in a trap and be done with this.
Yeah. Azkir has personal motives, absolutely, right? You believe what she is saying is all to be truthful. Like she sees what you're trying to do, where Vilcia wanted to ignore it all, right?
So he is earnestly engaging with.
Yeah,
what we're
Vilcia
saying.
is trying to
Why-
bury his head in the bury it all in the sand, right? She wants to do something.
Yep, works for me.
Yeah.
Whether or not that means she's gonna get us later.
Yeah, no, like it's a question of like, yeah, either she's a true believer in whatever it is that she's doing, or I mean, either way, it's useful information. Because even if it's trapping us, at least she believes in it.
Yeah. I mean with your with your 22 with the 22, she has no ill intentions. Like in that interaction, you don't sense any ill intention from her.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. We are over session, so we're gonna end it there. Unless anybody has anything they immediately just gotta do.
I'm posting this in the picture before the dinner party firm is going to make these and bring these for everybody.
The one thing that Ember Prime would want to try to do immediately is when we have retrieved our items and have made it out of town, find somewhere out of immediate line of sight where I can cast a spell without drawing attention.
Don't
Sure,
worry.
yeah, all your belongings are returned. All your belongings are returned to you. There's no trouble. Nobody's gives you any hassle or anything. Yeah. What are you attempting to do?
I am attempting to cast Sending.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh boy. Hold on. Carry on with it. Give me a second.
I am as intimately familiar with this weapon as I am disassembling it regularly and replacing it. I am checking it for anything that I would be able to perceive non-magical for any tampering or alteration.
You find none.
Theoretically for being tracked purposes, but
Yeah. You
yeah.
find none. All of your belongings are exactly as you left them. The person even goes with the clipboard is you have that's returned to you, that's returned to you. You know what I mean? They're professional about it. They
Mhm.
weren't messing around.
For the sake of giving Ted more time, I probably give the guy a little bit of grief about the fact that the 18,000 gold piece necklace that I came in with it was not returned to me, and I need to be compensated for it.
I don't
Oh my
see it
god.
on the clipboard. Sorry, if it's not on the clipboard, then you didn't bring it in with you.
Do
Now we
not
gotta
make
go to Riot.
do not make me march down here with Urky.
Are you saying that the gaudy necklace you have on right now is worth 18,000 gold pieces?
Oh dear, now you've got him riled.
I just
My
start
father's a jeweler, after all. I know quality when I see it.
Oh
No,
my.
I'm not saying that this wonderful piece of homespun jewelry is worth 18,000 gold. That's what I'm saying. The problem is that you have surreptitiously replaced my spectacular necklace with this lovely, charming, but ultimately quaint piece of jewelry. And while I was gone, you're telling me that you couldn't replace one list with another? Please.
So everything on this list is accounted for except this one necklace that you suddenly seem to have lost and misplaced.
Well,
What are the odds that you are mistaken?
My
about
friend here
my-
doesn't make a mistake.
about my own jewelry, about my children, I'm mistaken.
Do you wish to go over the list again from the top? Okay, here we go.
I'll be outside.
I'm set whenever.
Okay, great.
All waggles his horn and says, "By the way, you missed the horn the first time. Try that. Try to do better on the second time."
Thank you very much. Actually, that's a very kind courtesy. It's hard to tell with sonic arcane casters exactly what they have. I mean, look, to be honest, people get a lot of shit in that we don't know about. All right.
What?
That is an insane thing to admit to me, but I appreciate your.
I mean, look, think about it. We didn't even ask you to take your armor off. What if your armor just explodes?
What is your name?
Oh my
What is
God.
your name? You are a beautiful archetype, my friend.
I will tell you his name right now. My name's My name is Tannerfin. My name's Tannerfin.
Tannerfin.
I don't think he should be a guard. I don't
I
think he's
disagree. I
doing
think
his job.
honestly,
He did
he's
not make
perfect.
Praetor, that's for sure.
I wonder why.
Well, I've applied for the last few years. I mean, maybe
Don't worry, you'll get it. You just got to keep that pluck up.
Yeah. Just keep going at it. Do what you're doing.
Oh, and do give my friend his jewelry back. As I'm like
Okay.
walking out the door.
That is not helpful.
All right, so Ember Prime casting sending.
Yes.
I don't really know that I expect this to work, but trying it anyway. Sinku, I'm the child of the mountain. We would like to speak to you about Maras. I love my home. Tell me when and where. That's 25 words exactly.
Oh, you had to look up the name.
Well, I had to figure out how to fit the message
Uh-huh.
into 25 words.
It's about familiar, right? And I don't believe you are familiar with the Sinku.
Oh.
Familiar. You have never met them. You are aware of them. But I don't know that that meets the criteria for
It's
familiarity.
1,000% your call.
That's
Does
So,
family live together in Maras? Like, are they like really tight families here?
Dwarves by nature are very clannish, yes.
clan-minded, yeah.
But would siblings live together?
Maybe not if they're
That
super
depends.
rich.
Yeah, I mean,
potentially. Yeah. If you're asking, will you see the Sinku at his sister's apartment? The answer is
Probably
100%
not.
no.
It's gonna be a
100%
whole
no.
operation to even get
No,
in there.
I was just going to go off the assumption that if they did decide to start, like, if that is a common occurrence between family members here, we would just basically go track the sister and see if she goes to meet him today.
Oh, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think in this instance, I think you are not familiar enough with the target
Okay.
for the spell to be successful.
Would I know that enough not to use my spell slot then?
I'd say, well, I think that's maybe Amber's gamble, right? Is
100% is something she would try, yes.
yeah. But that's only one of your 20 sendings for the day. So
I only have 2 third-level spell slots left, thank you. And I can use a
Hey.
4th.
and the
Slap
fourth. Well,
Slap
ignore
a
that
bardic
fourth.
inspiration on it. It'll fix it.
Yeah, unsuccessful with a magical attempt. Perhaps there's another way beyond contact with the sister. There could be many avenues of making contact with the Sinku.
Oh, yeah.
Stakeout.
Go back to the jeweler, find myself a glass eye worth 100 gold.
We should have a stakeout and just
Spy
wait
on the
till everybody leaves the
Sinku
building.
so that I can. No, I also have the results of the divination I did before we got here. That is the next thing to come up. So find them in the shadows where the objects of desire are kept. Find them where the concerns of trade are met. But that is something I will pass on to the group as we're walking wherever we're walking.
The first
Okay.
one still confuses me.
It's all kind of confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The second one, like I'm chalking it up to just be Mirage, right? Like Mirage in general, the whole place. You're not gonna miss him if you check the whole city.
If you check the whole city, you're definitely gonna find it for
I
sure.
mean, gods are assholes occasionally like that. So, like, probably not, but maybe. Have you tried going north?
Zal, lower your head down here for me for a second, so I can. I'm just gonna grab you by the ear and turn like a Catholic nun. How
my.
dare you? I have stood in front of my. Okay, there you go. Sorry about that.
I always enjoy playing a real bastard.
Yeah, real.
Every
you
once
guys-
in a while, it scratches a real itch. Honestly.
And then having you guys just like you're just like the vial that comes back towards him, like,
What?
oh man, this guy sucks.
We held it together though.
It was.
Yeah.
I did.
For like realistically, we held it. Now, when I say held it together, we did not start a war,
That's fair.
and that could have happened because this guy hated hated Bastion that much.
It was
so,
doing okay till it turned into straight up like being fucking racist towards Ember. At which point
Sure
Zol's like,
was.
"Oh, fuck off! I'm making a song about you, and you're the asshole in it." When we save, guess what? When we save Maras, the first 3 lines of it are going to be about how you could have stopped it, you fuckwit. And I'm going to make sure everybody on this continent knows that goddamn song. Your name is going to be synonymous with fucking failing to heed warnings.
Yeah,
They're gonna
you
make
use
a,
his
they're gonna make a
name
noun out of you.
explicit. Yeah.
Oh, they boated it real bad.
I love him getting run out of the city by embarrassment. You know, that's really good. That's very good.
I love this
Also,
whole
like,
dynamic.
my
he
God.
can't really have
Yeah.
been that surprised. Like, it
No,
was
no,
like
100% not.
No, absolutely not.
There was no way that was gonna work.
Look,
Like,
I was just sitting in the back being like, okay, you guys got this negotiation, and then it's flipped to the switch. I'm like, oh, fuck this guy. I'm a bard. Fuck you.
This guy sucks for sure.
all right, I gotta go. Good night, guys. Good session.
See
Good.
Zol's gonna be really boned it up for the rest of this campaign.
You're really boned that one.
Really
up,
pull a
didn't
boatin'.
you?
Trying to get that started.
I'm gonna make it a thing.
Yeah, just trying to force it into the zeitgeist.
Yeah, I like that.
I try to fit it into every song, and whenever anybody's like, "What's a boatin'?" You're like, "Oh, right, this specific instant."
Let
Oh,
me.
yeah.
What's a boat? Let me tell you in vivid detail. Hold on.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. A lot of I didn't expect so many urns in this session as well.
I feel like any opportunity we get to just run through a list of available items is just gonna be taken. It's just such a nice accomplishment to my mind. Of like, what are we looking at today? Just browsing the selections.
What we got here? What we got
I will
going on
say,
here?
whenever Cal starts to bristle, I'm like sitting back, getting worried. Like, this could either go like fine, or if it pivots a certain way, Cal gets grumpy.
I love it.
I
Cal
enjoy
can be a
grumpy
fussy
Cal.
little baby.
I enjoy grumpy Cal. I enjoy Cal when he like decides to pull rank.
Yeah.
By being like, "Do you know who the fuck I am?"
I love that he tries it in like random places. Like he like trying that against like Maras guards. Like, do you know who I am? I'm like the legitimate child.
I don't.
Here's the
I'm
thing.
sorry.
I don't think Cal's trying anything.
No,
I think Cal's just this is Cal.
I just find it so funny that he would just pull that card against somebody who had like a beef with the Bastion. He'd be like, "Yes, I am one of the top family members' kids."
Cal knows his worth. Also, props for nailing the quintuple C.
Yeah, that was
Did you-
impressive.
Fucking nailed it
Thank
without
you.
even like a stumble. Like you just had it right there.
Yeah. It was a
Hey,
good pull.
you know what? I'm gonna name drop. I rep my friend best I can.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if you guys try to Mission Impossible your way into the town building to get to the Simcoe.
I thought about it.
It's
I'll be honest, there was a portion there where I was looking at my spell list like, what can I do to this motherfucker right now without my arcane focus?
I will be honest. I zoned out like what was it like right before we had went in? So like mentally, I missed like a few gap of like sentences or paragraphs. I guess we had before we made it into like the weapon checking.
Hmm.
Because midway through the meeting, I was like, damn, I should have cast Unseen Servant and just sent him around looking in here. Just casted it before we made it through and just
Yeah.
So
Unseen Servant is a little limited in what it can do.
yeah.
It's more like a butler. You say like, "Can you fold my clothes for me?"
it could gently pick up a cup and move it to another part of the room.
Hell
so if you want to
yeah.
do mischief and just move
Ghost.
everything around behind him,
Yeah.
pick up some papers and move them 3 feet to the left.
Oh yeah, you
Like,
just start
move,
walking
like,
out
10
of
inches.
doors. Just opening doors, opening drawers.
Unseen
It's-
servant, move everything on his desk to the right 2 inches.
I want you to walk up and down these hallways. I think there's like a distance limit, so it's like walk up and down this far and open every door you see.
30 feet.
Try to open every door you can see.
Yeah. So, fun fact about fabricate: if you are working with wood, which I assume the upper levels of these buildings are, you can turn a lot of wood into an object, which you can pull from within 120 feet of you.
Oh.
Want to
Jesus
make
Christ.
want to watch me make all the interior walls of this building disappear?
Are you just gonna go Full Metal Alchemist? You're just gonna fucking like transmutation the side of a building into.
Allow me to demonstrate with a sculpture of just how big of a fuckwit you are, Valicia. Oh, hey, look, there's the Sinku now. I'm gonna go
I'm gonna
talk
make
to
a
him.
statue
You
of
pull the
Bowden's
floor out from under him.
Granted, like
whole ass.
every single guard in the entire fucking town is gonna be bolting for town hall at that
Yeah.
point. But
And,
you know,
You pull, like he's sitting there like in the next floor up, and he just falls because you took all the wood out from under him.
Yeah.
I can't not imagine it like Full Metal Alchemist, where like the wood is becoming like fucking almost like liquid as it's like like
turning
surging
into
away
a
from it.
statue
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
surging
yeah.
away from its original position to like be a
We're-
statue of Bowden picking his nose.
with a dunce cap on. Is what I think of you.
This is what I
This
think.
is going to be a really good viral marketing campaign we do after we save the city, which is erecting a bunch of cobblestone statues of Bowden with a dunce cap on.
Who's doing this? Who keeps doing this?
Well, it's a beautification project of the Kaludax Cliff Thintiala Karakara Care Consortium to
Why
raise,
is every-
raise awareness.
Why is every tree in this city a statue of me with a dunce cap now?
God, what a nightmare! It's that scene like the camera's spinning around him, looking around, and every tree is no.
The tree outside of where he lives, like he wakes up, goes to the window, and there's a fucking the tree in his front yard turned into a statue. Fuck.
Ugh.
That fabricate is nuts.
That's
You
that's
just
that's the tree my father planted for me when I was born.
Papa.
Papa, my tree.
Oh, I do want to say thank you for letting me bargain my way to save money on this jar of honey.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with your ooze thing. So I'm like, I was like,
It's no longer
yeah.
my problem though.
I was like, yeah, okay, some like weird far space, like some kind of space creature ooze. Okay, that's
I
got to
just
be
don't have
something.
to worry about it right now because I was sitting here thinking about the beginning of the campaign, beginning of today, and I was like, what do I do with this? I can cook it, yes, but it's just gonna go to
Yeah.
waste. Who
You
can I
got a
give it
big
to?
tub of space like Vaseline in a cask. Just roll it around with with a hole in it.
And then I got death honey. I'm
Yeah, it's gonna be fine.
It'll
There
be
is
fine.
there is a real type of bee that they're not pollinators. They are carrion eaters, and they make honey out of essentially bodies.
Oh,
Like they
that's
still
cool.
make honey, and apparently their honey has a vaguely baconish taste.
Oh, that's
Oh,
actually-
boy.
yeah,
Yikes.
great.
Yo.
What is
Just
that
for
called?
those of you that have any concern that I lack self-control, I just want to point out that
Vulture bees.
with regards to that honey, if Cal were actually there, Cal would have just taken a fistful of it and eaten it and been like, "How much do I owe you?"
Just
Right.
Pooh Bear it.
Right. But like when it occurred to me and I realized like, oh, that's definitely what Cal would do. I was like, you know what? I don't think the session should be about that. Like, let's just take it easy. Right.
We
And
don't want to fight a vampire lord in his lair.
well, I mean, I don't know what the hell would happen. We certainly don't want to do that, but we also like don't want the session to be like Cal's running around town where they're just snatching people up off the street, and the rest of the party's got to try and corral him and keep him from being thrown in jail.
I cannot get the image of Cal doing a Pooh Bear with the fucking honey pot out of my head. Just
Yeah.
his whole fist, and then just
Right.
trying to put his whole fist in his mouth.
Hi, baby.
Yeah. No, that and like licking his fingers clean as he's asking like how much it costs. Right. And potentially even like depending on how long the shock it takes the shock to wear off, like he might go in for a round 2 if the negotiations are drawing on. Just like wait, like this is gonna get me really fucked up and I'm gonna see some weird shit. Awesome, let's go.
Yeah. Psychedelic honey, baby.
Yeah, hell yeah. Madness, I'll roll those dice.
I'll see what kind of madness we get.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, after my first character, I'm pretty much down to just risk every kind of like condition in this game.
See, that's it's why we love having you, Dawson. Is shit like that.
I really didn't know madness was a thing. I thought it was a new mechanic you just made up. I don't read extra things, okay? I come here and I learn things about D&D. That's
The
about
major thing about madness is it isn't necessarily a you problem as much as it becomes an everybody else
Right.
problem for a bit.
hopefully I don't decide to use this around like 7th level spells because I will be trying to teleport between planes.
That's good.
And then everybody has to go with me.
Look, having big gun spells and losing your mind can be real fun. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
particularly fun for the party, right? But having been in that position before, like casting maze on someone, pretty cool.
Pretty cool. You have I mean, when you get 5th level spells as a wizard, you can take the one that lets you talk to demons
Mhm.
and go crazy.
That
Like it risks insanity when you
yeah, I
do
need
it.
a ruby of 999 to do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, but
Good night, everyone.
hey,
Good night.
see you could.
See you next week.
Okay.
Yeah, that spell's a lot of fun. It's like the divination where you're like you ask questions and get answers, but you risk madness in the process.
Contact outer plane, I think that is.
Yeah,
something like
contact
that.
other planar being or something like that. Yeah.
Awesome.
There's
Yeah,
that
it's one of my favorite ones.
I just saw another one. There was one like summon greater demon.
The
Or
summon greater demon, yeah, where you summon a demon, but there's ones where it's like you do like a seance to like reach out to other entities somewhere
Yeah.
to ask them questions.
I was as much as I probably should not have. I was looking at the summon greater demon one because I was like, "What? Oh, it's Infernal Calling. That's the
Mhm.
one." Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like, "What?"
dude, summon demons. I loved playing a game where the wizards summon demons all the time. It was sick as hell because we all played the game of like, okay, let's see if it turns on us. All right.
Well, I mean, you're not talking about Craig's game, are you?
No, it was a different one.
Okay.
It was like the wizard would summon demons, and then would he played so fast and loose. It was
Right.
a lot of fun. He would summon demons
Mm.
almost every encounter,
Awesome.
which kept it a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then he took the wizard healing spell where he sacrifices his health to give to you.
Oh, that life transference. Yeah.
Yeah, life transference. But like he'd be like cast it at 8th level, and like he'd like
Jesus
almost kill
Christ.
himself.
Right.
He'd almost kill himself to save someone else, you know. And it's
Amazing.
like, how much HP do you have? He's like, like 10. It's fine.
Yeah, I was concerned for a minute. I can't even remember the player's name, but the dude on Sunday night's game who brought in a wizard as his, I guess, second character after Mariana killed his first one, right? And the way he'd play the wizard was he'd literally just start at like whatever his top level spell slot was, or his top level known spells, right? And he'd cast those, and he'd just work his way down the list, right? He just wanted to use his biggest spells as much as possible. And
Yeah, I mean,
he never got the concept of concentration. So he'd summon a demon, right? And then like the next round, he'd cast another concentration spell. And we'd be like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, you guys deal with it.
Oh,
was
I love
bonkers.
just the random chaos.
yeah, letting a demon loose is a good time.
Yeah.
It is legitimately a good time.
Create spell jamming. As much as this is like really fucked up, I was really considering just selling the ring that we got because I saw the gold value on it. And I was like, I could be rich.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you can sell your magic items. You don't get full market, right? So, like, what its value is, that's not what